Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to the UFD franchise. Hello, Voodoo.
Hello, Cameron.
And we are here. We are here and excited for season 3, episode 1, which is always our favorite because we get to do the off season, which is our favorite time of the year in Madden.
Yeah, we get to make our poopy teams not so poopy.
That's true, and I'm sure. Obviously, you're very excited. You have the first overall pick. You have a ton of money to work with. Um, Definitely looking to improve your roster a ton. On my end, I went 10-7, but I do still think that this team has a lot of work to do because we got absolutely mollywopped by the Packers in the wild card round. I don't think we're
Did
quite ready for that.
curious if Kyler Murray regressed any
Um,
any
Let me
bit?
look. I'm sure he did a little. Um, Maybe not. It doesn't look like it. At least not yet. I don't know if he'll regress when we sim a little bit further, but not yet. All right, we are back after that issue very quickly. Moving. Yeah, no one was fired, but we do see Todd Bowles signed to the Raiders as their head coach. I'm assuming that means big Pete Carroll retired. I feel like he would have retired
Uh,
already, but
yeah, no, I guess he's finally bit the bullet.
he he died. Yeah,
No,
yeah, he
no.
did retire. I just scrolled to the bottom, but that's the only coaching change, surprisingly. But I think that's a solid signing for an already good Raiders team. So
Yeah, yeah,
um, it's not much else to say. Voodoo, are you you're doing? Do you have any
yeah. I,
re-signings to do?
no one's coming back.
No one's
Here.
coming
I mean,
back.
Sam Howell's gone. That era's done.
Wow,
Uh,
that's tragic. Yeah. So I guess
Chase McLaughlin's not going to resign. I think
real
that's about it.
quick, we'll just go through the who has been re-signed by the UFD teams, at least up to this point.
Sure.
Battlehawks did re-sign Servosha Dennis. Also brought Martin Emerson, Tershawn Wharton, and Noah Fant back. The Kings have only re-signed Princely Umanmielen for a pretty nice deal for him. Um, I've only signed 3 guys, and only 2 of them are going to be on the roster because Chidobe Awuzie retired. But Tez Johnson and Andre Cisco staying for 2 years each. And you and your Stallions have re-signed Tier Tart, your long snapper Liam McCullough, Mecole Hardman, who ran off the field mid-game, and Efton Chisholm, the GOAT. What a steal of a
There you go.
contract, too. 4 years, 14 mil. He deserves 14 mil every year, man. That's what he
Yeah,
needs.
no, he was humble. He was like, I don't want to make these guys look bad, so
Yeah,
he took a pay hit for us.
yeah. That's very honorable of him. But you said you're all good. Otherwise,
I'm all good.
all right.
Let's get into it.
Let's go to free agency and see who's available for all of us to
Do we want to
grab.
walk through each position,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. We'll go.
All right.
I'll start with the offense, I guess. So this is the big interesting part here with quarterback, right? It's a really good quarterback draft. So I don't think many teams are going to be hitching their carriages to these horses in this instance, being quarterbacks here. Like maybe Anthony Richardson. You give him one last shot. He's 26 years old. I don't know though. And then there's like Kyle McCord, and outside of that,
Nope.
you're talking
Yeah,
bridge
no, he
guys.
already has an off, so that's gonna be
Yeah,
fun. Maybe McCord. Outside of
maybe.
that, not really many like
No,
starting like these
I
guys. There's some bridge
I
guys,
like
some
this
mentor
Joe
guys.
Hickman guy who's a 68 overall. Maybe he's star dev. He's second year player now. Could
Mm-hmm.
develop, but like he's more of a project than anything. But yeah, there's really no one
For sure.
you're expecting to come in and start for you. Maybe Richardson, but yeah, we'll
For sure.
see. Running back, this is a bit more of an interesting group here. The 2 vets that are at the top here are Christian McCaffrey and Josh Jacobs, 2 different style running backs, both regressing and leaving their teams. Um, I will say Josh Jacobs has no offers, but Christian McCaffrey does. But definitely going to be interesting to see where these 2 go. 2 of the better backs in the league right now.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
there's some also decent guys down the board that would be good, like 1-2 punches, rotational options: Tyrone Tracy, Bigsby, Trey Benson, Tyler Algier, Jalen Warren. You got Jonathan Brooks, who's still young, could be a good option. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean, nothing super crazy outside of that. Fullback, it's the same guys. Patrick Ricard is here. He didn't come back to Dallas. You got Reggie Gilliam and some other guys. Receiver, not as good as I was hoping. But Ricky Pearsall is the best receiver available. You got Chris Godwin, A.D. Mitchell, and then outside of that, it is kind of more just third or fourth receivers available here. So not great. Um, Tight end also not that good, and I think this will correspond well with the really strong tight end class. I don't know if we'll see too many tight ends brought in. You do have Dallas Goedert, who's superstar dev, but he's old. Noah Gray, who is a big piece for that Chiefs, leaves. But yeah, outside of that, you got guys who could play, maybe your starter, but they're not gonna wow you at this point. Now left tackle, this is probably the biggest offensive player
Eh,
in the class here. Joe Alt, he's 25, 89 overall, superstar dev. He's asking for a lot of money, but he's a huge important piece to a team as your blindside blocker. You also have Laramie Tunsil, who did not retire, but he is not staying in Washington. No offers yet, asking for a lot of money. Outside of that, you're looking at more bridge guys. Um,
yeah, maybe Tyler Guyton. I
maybe
like the
maybe he's
upside there.
26. Yeah, he could maybe still get some juice there, but I think these two, Joel especially, is going to have a lot of attention here in free agency. And Tunsil will probably get his offers soon, but not yet. Left guard, you got some solid bridge guards here with Damian Lewis, John Simpson, David Edwards. Kingsley Suamataia is not bad either, 25-year-old still. But yeah, mostly just some veteran guys you can plug in and play for a year or two. Um, at center, you have Graham Barton, who's 26, still young. Definitely could be a good center for somebody. You got some other guys that can plug in, like Connor McGovern, Ryan Newsel. Nothing outside of that super exciting. Right guard, Dominic Pooney, still pretty good, 28 years old. He's asking for a ton of money and no one's offering, but I think he'll find a home soon. Robert Hunt also. I'm surprised the who was it? It was the Battlehawks had him. They let him walk. He's still very serviceable. There's some other guys that can plug and play here, but again, nothing super crazy. Right tackle, Talise Fuaga is a pretty good young tackle still. He is getting an offer, so definitely could see something there. You have former Stallion who just did not want to sign with you. Colton McKivitz, still solid plug and play right tackle. Same thing with Mike McGlinchey, Taylor Moton, and some other guys there as well. Moving to defense, I think defense is where it's more interesting.
I would agree. I mean, it's not solid offensive players, but yeah, ultimately not too crazy. But defense, starting with left edge, Nolan Smith Jr. should be pretty good on whatever team he goes to. Rashawn Gary's a good veteran option. Latu is some upside. Odafe always pretty solid, and after that, it kind of falls off a little bit. But you got some solid left edges heading to D tackle. Oh, excuse me. Oh no, the demon.
Evil Voodoo.
Jonathan Allen. Jonathan Allen is leading this D tackle class along with fellow veteran Leonard Williams, Jalen Redmond, who I don't know if I've ever seen this guy before, but he's actually pretty solid. And I might just not know ball.
You're not
Christian
a ball knower.
Wilkins,
Your ball
Braden Fisk,
knowledge only goes as far as 12 and 13 personnel.
Efton. Yeah, oh no. Oh, no, don't
Uh,
tell my first round projection that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think aside from that, yeah, mostly veteran guys, but there's some solid players here if you want to either get a bridge guy or, shine the guy for a couple of years. I think you can definitely do that at right edge. Got some interesting stuff here with Daniil Hunter, Harold Landry, Andrew Van Ginkel, and a few other veterans here, Randerson, and so on and so forth. Some solid players, especially Daniil Hunter, who I think
Yeah.
should attract quite a bit of attention. Going to Sam linebacker, I was gonna say nothing much interesting happening. There's an X Factor Derek Barnes ready to
Why?
get picked up
Why?
by a lucky team.
Why is he X Factor? What
He
did he
just
do?
is. Let me see what year he had. Let's see if he had a good year maybe last season. Um,
You know, for a Sam
he played
linebacker,
football.
not that
Yeah, no, for
bad.
Sam
He was
actually not
involved,
bad.
but I don't know how he managed to get up to an X Factor. I mean, he had 4 decent years in a row. I guess that was enough. Probably went up from normal to super to X Factor and that. Very interesting. But yeah, no, that's interesting.
I guess he's a higher dev than Nick Scorton, so that implies
Which
something.
it's crazy. Starting
Moving on
out
to
Nick Scorton.
Mike linebacker. Dre Greenlaw is the biggest heavy hitter here at the green dot roll. Robert Spillane, TJ Edwards, Cody Barton, a few others. It kind of drops off pretty quickly, but Dre Greenlaw is awesome. Moving on to Will. This is actually a pretty strong Will class
Yeah.
with 3 top dogs here. Zach Bond, Devin Bush, Cedric Gray, Drake Thomas. Yeah, I think you definitely have some good Will linebackers here. Moving on to corner. Cooper DeJean is a free agent. Terrian Arnold. A lot of young corners. Renardo Green, Kenny Moore. Yeah, and I think this just kind of shows you how much, I think the corner position has seen a lot of new talent come in, and teams are willing to let their Terrian Arnolds and Cooper DeJeans walk. Also, money, of course,
Yeah.
always an issue, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting situation. Renardo Green's a superstar. Wow, crazy. Yeah, no, but even like Marshawn Lattimore, Jerry and Jones, pretty deep free agency class for corners if you're looking for one this offseason. Moving on to free safety, there is one big notable guy, Julian Love, coming out of Seattle, a pretty good veteran here. Xavier Woods, Malik Mustafa, Evan Williams behind him. And at strong safety, Javon Bullard is leading this 83 overall. He's only 25, pretty good. And aside from that, some solid guys. Dane Belton, Tyler Newman, basically the Giants' strong safety
Yep.
room in free agency if you want. And actually, there is a notable kicker, Cam Little, superstar,
Some very
25-year-old. That's a
Yeah.
very good kicker
They
right
won
there.
the
And
Super Bowl with him.
true, true. That did indeed happen. Cole Payton, Super Bowl kicker here.
Yo, you let Chase
And
McLaughlin go?
yeah, he's gone.
Oh man, he's gonna go be great
Someone might,
elsewhere.
yeah, someone might just have to steal him up. I don't know.
Joey Sly's here, notable.
Ooh, interesting. Yep, that is your free agency class. What do you think? I think it's not as, I don't think it's a terribly strong class, but I think there's some good players at like
Yeah,
each position mostly.
yeah, I agree. I think there's gonna definitely be some top dogs in this free agency, like Joe Walt, uh, Cooper DeJean. I think even throw in Nolan Smith. I think those are gonna be the 3 that are like highest, like the most sought after players, just based on age and talent and value. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I do think there is some good players here to raise the floor on teams. And I think, especially for teams like yours and the Kings, who haven't had a good floor, they could definitely use some of these guys. But there's gonna be some teams that maybe don't need as many of these players just because the floor is already high for them. They just need some more impact players.
For sure.
But with that being said, we will be back with our first round of signings.
Over the trade.
All right, we are here. We've made our first 3 offers before eval, but first we have a trade. Voodoo.
I traded. We went ahead and packaged Kobe Durant and a 5th round pick to Dallas, who needed some corner depth and wanted some with some cheap blowback here, and then gave us a 3rd round pick. So we got a little bit of compensation there. And they'll, Kobe Durant have a nice time in Dallas, but we needed some draft capital, and I not to spoil anything, but I like this class, and
Whoa.
yeah, so
Spoiler.
whoa, oops, my bad. But yeah, no, so got our offers here, and I guess we could eval and then talk it over.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Eval 1. All right, so
Okay.
Renegades have signed 2 players so far. Brought in David Edwards, left guard, for 1 year contract, and an AD Mitchell on a 2 year deal.
Nice. I went ahead and signed Rashawn Gary, play left edge
Okay,
for us here.
solid sign.
And I think a bigger signing is at right tackle Talise Fuaga
Bringing him
for
back
a
to
for a nice
the
contract.
UFD for real
Bringing
this
him
time.
back, he's been missing it, so he needed to come back, and also a lot of money, 4 year contract. So he's a Birmingham Stallion for quite a while. Needed some tackle help here with McKivitz
Definitely.
leaving and
Yeah,
Bowery being the highest overall tackle on this roster. We needed an offensive tackle pretty desperately,
that's
so I'm
fair.
glad to bring him in. So I also tried to get. I was going after Dre Greenlaw, but he didn't sign with me in the first period, and now
Mm,
the Sharks, the blood's in the water,
yeah,
and the
it's
Sharks are coming,
that's
and
fair.
he just doesn't want to play here at all. He
Yeah,
refuses to. So
unfortunate.
it is what it is.
All right. Well, we will come back with our next eval set here. All right, here we go. We are going to eval once again. See if we pick up any guys. All right.
There we
I
go.
only brought in a young 23-year-old Shane Good, right tackle, star dev, just to get some youth in there. Did you get anyone?
Fair. Yes, I did. I got three more guys here. So at Mike, I got Robert Spillane on a 1 year contract just to hold us over because linebacker was a big issue. Ryan Newsel to play center for a year because we have issues there. I believe I forget who our I don't even remember who our starter is. That's a problem. So I think Jordan Meredith. Yeah, Jordan
Yeah,
Meredith.
that's not.
Not
He's
good.
not good.
He's not a great football player. Needed someone better. And we also got some youth in the corner room after trading away Kobe Durant. Went ahead and snagged Jaquan McMillan. So he goes from
Nice,
the Broncos to the Stallions. So he'll feel right at
nice,
home.
nice. Same logo
There you go.
almost. So there you go.
Yeah, basically the same team. No, it's good stuff. All
All
right.
right.
Is there anything else we want to do here in this free agency? I might have some moves, but nothing.
I have some more signings I have to make, just a couple, but we'll be
Sounds
back
good.
with those evals. All right, we're gonna eval one more time before we go to next week. I have nobody signed. Uh,
I do.
wonderful,
I bring in Laramie Tunsil.
nice.
Play
That's
left
there you go.
tackle.
So you're willing to shell out the money for him?
Yeah, was get the 1 year contract. I think it's fine. Um, he's gonna probably retire anyway, so might as well get him
Fair enough.
one more season. And oh yeah, this is what Larry Tunsil had to say about coming to Birmingham. Just felt like the perfect fit. I'm excited for next season. There you go.
There you go.
He's excited to be a Birmingham Stallion. I love to see it. Um, I also brought in uh Aiden O'Connell.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Nice. That's your new
Uh,
guy.
it's my new guy. He's actually QB1 right now
Hell
without
yeah.
anything else.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
There you go.
he's QB1.
All right. Well, with that being said, we will come back next week, and we'll just sim. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
And we'll see. We'll just sim here, and we'll see if there's anything noteworthy to talk about. I think Mach 5 comes out this week, right? Or was that next week?
Should be week 2.
We'll look at that real quick once it works. Right. Ooh, Zach Bond signs. We'll talk about those signings later. But okay. Ramon Martinez projected to go to #1 overall pick. Gee, I
Oh, there
mean,
you go.
he's good, but like not #1 overall pick.
Ah, not at all. Not at
No.
all.
I'm
No,
projected to take right tackle Eric Alonso. I
that'd be
mean,
a good pick, honestly.
sure. Perry Little to the Kings. They're looking at quarterback. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Damn, Rafael Estrada falling down to 9. DJ Darden falling to 10 is crazy.
yeah, that's absolute steal value there.
Yeah. Battlehawks, Kai Mayo at 16. And then Zach Lacey to me at 19. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. How this first round is potentially looking to fall. Um, but let's see, did we get anyone else signed after simming? I did. Renardo Green finally decided to sign. Thank
Oh yeah,
goodness.
Renardo, big
Yeah,
Renardo.
yeah. I mean, Cardinals started to try to fight for him. I also brought in Tucker Cooper, a young fullback. Um, yeah. So I did you get anyone else in, or are you still?
I did not. I have one more guy I'm trying to get to work here,
Oh,
but
I know who you're trying to go for.
who is it?
Daniil Hunter.
No,
Okay. Cam Little.
no. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
that beautiful sexy
that
voice.
makes much more sense for you. Yeah, that would
Yep.
definitely make sense.
Trying to make it. I'm trying to make it insanely good special teams here.
I mean, your kicker did struggle from 50 plus last year, so
Exactly. Cam Little, he's not little, bro. I've
yeah,
seen it. He's not little.
he's got a big penis.
I
Um,
wasn't talking about that, but there you go.
okay, yeah, man, yeah, man. But anyways, I mean, I don't know. Is there any? Are you looking to sign anyone else, or are you good? Because I
Nope.
just have
Trying to
one guy
trying
to
to lock down my kicker.
eval
That's about
for.
it.
All
Yep.
right. Yeah, I think I'm good at. I'll just eval that. Maybe should I sign a little better long snapper? My long snapper is a 58 overall.
That's pretty epic.
No, it's fine.
Mine's a 60, 63. That's
Nice.
fine.
All right, let's go ahead and eval. Did you get Cam Little yet?
Yes, we did.
Nice.
Cam Little is a Birmingham stallion. Wahaha.
All right. Well, no more signings for you. I still need to sign this guy. He's not signed yet.
Yep, I'm all
Okay.
set.
All right. I'm gonna eval again, and there he is, Boyasad Oluokun, X Factor, coming to play backup will linebacker. Should just be a nice
Yeah, you
vet
have
to have aboard.
a lot of linebackers.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Ooh, Trey. Okay, we'll
33.
we'll talk about this in a minute, but we will be back if we'll probably sim here to free agency week 3, and then if there's any more trades that happen, I might explore trade here or two. But we'll be back. Alrighty, we are here at free agency recap. We jumped ahead because we were done signing players. First, before we do that though, I did make a trade, not a super riveting one, but it is a trade. I traded 69 overall quarterback from last year's draft, LaMelo Ridgeway, and Tez Johnson to the only team that wanted both of them, which was the Raiders, who were wanting to get rid of cap space with Damon Claiborne there, running back, and then a 5th-round pick. So nothing super riveting, just two teams trying to get rid of a couple players both ways,
Fair
and
enough.
I get a pick out of it. But let's take a look at the free agency recap. So, same thing, I guess. I'll go through the guys signed for quarterbacks and through offense, you can do defense. Anthony Richardson does find a home, and it's not the Kings; it's the Dallas Cowboys who don't have Dak anymore. He did retire, so I guess he's at least gonna be in competition for that starting role, depending on what they do at quarterback in the draft.
It makes sense to get assurance because they're picking later in this draft. Of course, they won a
I think
playoff
yeah,
game,
they're at like
so they're
20 in the 20s
getting.
somewhere
Yeah, there might still be a quarterback there, but I think it's fine for an insurance
for sure.
pickup.
And it's not a lot of money
Yeah,
for him either. So it's not like Mac Jones for the Colts last year money.
definitely.
They're
No,
paying him like
this
20
is it.
mil. So
There you
um
go.
and then yeah, you brought in Aiden O'Connell. Tommy DeVito goes to the Colts. Max Dugan to the Cowboys as well, and then a bunch of just stinky poo poo down the board. Carson Wentz is a 53
Oh,
overall.
UFL MVP Birmingham Stallion legend Adrian Martinez to the Chargers. There you go.
Man, you should have signed him.
I should have.
That should have been your
I
new
should have.
QB. Um,
Franchise quarterback.
I'm kind of surprised Kyle McCord didn't get signed just because he's young, but other than that, really nothing too surprising. Sam Howell is still available, by the way.
Nice,
Tragic.
nice.
Running backs, Josh Jacobs finds a home in Tennessee. I like that for them a lot. I feel like they've just been sticking with Pollard and Spears, and they really haven't gotten better. So they, first time since Derrick Henry, have a true like star running back. And I think that will help
Valid.
out Cam
Very
Ward a
good
lot.
pickup.
Christian
Hmm.
McCaffrey doing what all old running backs do and going to the Cardinals. And I don't hate this move for them either. I mean, pairing him up with Mendoza, I think they're a team on the rise. I think it's a good pickup. I also really like Trey Benson to the Vikings on a pretty cheap deal. I don't know how he's going to do there, or how crowded the backfield's going to be there, but I do think he's a good, at least, um, option to try to get some potential out of. Um, Otherwise, okay, well, Carson Steele to the Bears, and then Markel Harvin, superstar dev running back. I did not see second year player
I
going
mean,
to
neither.
the go. He's a really good receiving back going to the Ravens. So I mean, I know they've been struggling at running back a little bit. So definitely an interesting piece there. Fullback Dolphins brought in Northcutt, Josh Northcutt. I brought in my guy Tucker Cooper. Still the vets on the board. At receiver, Ricky Pearsall finally finds a home. I know he took a while to get off the board there. He also goes to Tennessee. Um, Chris Godwin is a Patriot. Josh Palmer to the Battlehawks, so we will see him twice a year. Uh, Jalen Coker, Cokeheads rise up. He's going to Dallas to play with Anthony Richardson, and Jalen Tolbert goes to the Battlehawks as well. Obviously, I brought in
There you
AP
go.
Mitchell, and no one else was signed otherwise, so still some decent depth options down there. We have a new tight end here going to the Battlehawks, Noah Gray from the Chiefs. Signs a 3-year deal. Jatavion Sanders goes to the Titans. And then Caleb Loner is a Colts. He's terrible, but yeah, still some decent options on the board there as well. Cowboys were very active this free agency. I think all that
Oh
money that
yeah,
Dak took with him, you just you
absolutely.
cleared up some space. So Joe Alt was the big signing for them, though. Huge deal. I mean, that's insane money that he was just getting here, but definitely
Yeah.
good. They lost Tyler Guyton, and he is a big upgrade. Um, and he's going to Dallas, and you brought in Larry Tunsil, and that's a huge spot there. And I think that's definitely, even though he's going to play for 1 year, I think you need that to at least hold over for your younger
Hmm.
guys that you're going to bring in probably, um, just to weather the storm, especially for a rookie
Yeah.
quarterback. Um, I was looking at this guy, Earl Weatherford, superstar dev, left tackle, 70 overall. Just didn't really have a spot for him. And then Carter Warren to the Commanders. Um,
There you
Still,
go.
Tyler Guyton's still free agent. I guess asking for a little too much money. They'll get signed after, draft. All right. So Battlehawks bring in Damian Lewis. That's a pretty good pickup for them. Left guard.
Oh yeah.
Also Kingsley Suamataia. So I guess they have the young guy they're hoping that can maybe develop, betting on their future, and then Damian Lewis just the holdover. Zion Johnson to the Ravens, Chris Paul to the Bills, Christian Mahogany to the Cardinals, and a bunch of Giants for some reason. Bill Murray, legendary actor, going to the Raiders out of William and Mary.
Nice.
Also, I brought in David Edward. Um, Patriots bringing Graham Barton. Titans bringing Connor McGovern. I forgot you even mentioned this. Did you mention Ryan Newsel, or was I just not paying attention?
Uh, I did mention Ryan Newsel.
Okay, I was just not paying
Yeah, because
attention.
remember we talked about how shit our
Jordan
my other guy
Meredith,
was
yeah.
Meredith. Jordan Meredith. Yeah.
Definitely a good signing. He's a big upgrade over Jordan Meredith, who was horrible. Cade Mays goes to the Battlehawks. Former King Gerard Huford or Hufford going to the Seahawks. He's horrible. Um, I'm surprised the Kings have not done more in free agency. They haven't done anything yet. So I'm
Yeah.
curious to see
Oh,
if
that actually is about to change. I think.
okay. So well first Dominic Pooney to the Bears. I love that move for them actually with
To the Bills, you mean, not the Bears?
yes, the Bills, sorry. They needed guard, so that's a nice
Yeah.
pickup.
After Osiris Torrance left, they needed to fill that
Yeah.
gap.
Especially also on the other side you lose David Edwards, so you fill
Oh
one of
yeah.
those with a nice player there for 3 years. But yeah, and this is a nice one to pair right next to Matthew Bright, Robert Hunt for 1 year deal.
Mm.
Former Battlehawk. I like that pickup a lot for him. They also bring in Mason McCormick, kind of instilling that same idea that the at the or no, sorry, wrong team. Mason McCormick goes to the Battlehawks. Um, I like that pickup for them. And then nothing super crazy otherwise here. Drew Scruggs to the Ravens. Right tackle, obviously, you signed Talise Fuaga, which is a pretty good deal. Mike McGlinchey going to the Cardinals kind of is a 1 year band aid there. Colton McKivitz did not get signed, by the way. He's still available. Um, Titans brought in Braden Smith and DJ Glaze, and nothing really notable otherwise. But how about defense?
Well, defense, we can start us off here at left edge. Nolan Smith is going to Arizona to pair up with Christian McCaffrey and that gang over there. I went ahead and brought in Rashawn Gary for a 2 year contract because edge rusher was just so bad. I was like, man,
Yeah.
anything would be an upgrade. And yeah, Rashawn Gary has some juice left in the tank. Leontu Lasu to the Bears. Odafe Owe is going to Seattle. AJ Epinesa, I think he was a Battlehawk, wasn't he? He comes.
Let me look. Yes, he comes back for after 2 years.
They,
He comes back.
they bring him back to St. Louis, Aziz Ojolari to Colts, and another Battlehawk, Arnold Ebiketie,
Yeah,
to
that's not bad.
that
Yeah.
edge group.
He was initially with the team the Battlehawks replaced for 3 years.
There you go. And D tackle. Oh yeah, we're getting active now. This division is on the move. Jonathan
Wow.
Allen to the Louisville Kings.
Him
1 year
and
contract.
oh my goodness, him and Jordan
Dude.
Burke.
Oh yeah,
That's
Josh Burke. Yeah,
Josh
that's
Burke.
gonna be nasty.
Yeah, that's a really good.
Jalen and the Battlehawks are building something over there too. They get
Yeah.
Jalen Redmond and Braden Fisk
Damn.
to pair up together. It's pretty nice pickups there. And
Yeah.
John Franklin Myers is headed to Indy, and that's really about it. More some depth guys and yeah, some free agent individuals. Right edge,
Wow.
got a couple more
Wow.
dudes to talk about here. Louisville is getting active on defense. They said screw the offense, we're going all defense here. Daniil Hunter is Louisville King for a year here. Bryce Huff is headed to Houston. Quiddy Pay is a Patriots, and Jamie Sheriff is a Detroit Lion. But yeah, no, that's a great pickup for Louisville, man. They are getting active.
Their pass rush is going to be.
Allen,
Their
yeah,
D-line.
Jonathan Allen, Josh Burke, Daniil Hunter.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that is nice.
It's a good
That's a
D-line.
nice situation. Sam Linebacker, actually quite a few signed, but Derek Barnes, the most notable to the Cardinals.
Nice.
So he's going to bring his X Factor presence there. Jeremiah Trotter to the Browns as well. Might be something, but aside from that, nothing much. Nathaniel Watson to the Battlehawks. You're right.
So,
Shouldn't overlook that.
Also,
Declan Williams
yeah.
to the Kings.
Hell yeah, man.
Can't forget him.
Kings, man.
Can't forget him. Moving to Mike linebacker, Dre Greenlaw is a New England Patriot. It feels like a very New England Patriot move. I don't know why.
It does, and
like
they had
that
to replace
for him,
Spillane, so that's a really good
for
upgrade.
sure. And actually, speaking of Spillane, I went ahead and picked him up here in this free agency because Dre Greenlaw wanted nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
TJ Edwards back to Chicago.
There you go.
Cody Barton is headed to LA. Junior Colson headed to Dallas. Christian Harris headed to the Patriots. Marty Mapu is going to Louisville.
Okay.
James Williams Sr. headed back to Tennessee. Tatum Bethune is going to the Battlehawks. Xavier Sorey Jr. headed to the Cardinals. And a few more depth guys. Anyone in the division? No. Some more depth guys there at Mike. And at Will, there were some big guys up here, and people are getting paid here. So Zach Bond is headed to division rival Commanders from the Eagles. Devin Bush is headed to Arizona, so they're loading up and making quite a few moves. Cedric Gray headed to the Bills. They're also making quite a few moves.
Wow, 5 years.
Oh my God, I didn't even realize. Wow,
that's a really good move though. He's young, very good. Should be because Matt Milano's old. He's still there, but he comes in and he replaces Matt Milano at will.
Fair.
So there you go.
Fair. And then the Colts picked up Drake Thomas. You went ahead and picked up Fuyusade Oluwakin.
I did.
That add to that already really solid linebacker group there. Those first round picks and Nafi Sewell. Is that Penei Sewell's brother?
I mean, he could be. Let me look him up real quick. Actually,
I'm curious. That's such an interesting last name. Hey, coincidence.
I don't think there's any relation to.
Oh.
Yeah. No. He has brothers actually, but not. Oh no, he is. No, yeah, it is his brother. He also has brothers. Gabriel Sewell, who is a linebacker in real life for the Houston Roughnecks, in the UFL.
Oh,
Also, Noah
nice.
Sewell, who I know is a real guy who plays linebacker for the Bears. And then, yeah, Panay. Um,
Wow. I
Also,
didn't
his
know this
uncles,
Sewell family tree ran
his
so deep.
uncles played in the NFL. Richard Brown and Isaac Sapauga.
Wow.
Yeah, so the
There
deep,
you go.
deep line of family there, and he goes to play with his brothers, so that's fun. Good for him.
There you go. It's brother connection, and boom, another big move here for this
Damn
division.
it.
Cooper DeJean, we're going to see a lot of
Oh
him.
no!
He's heading to St. Louis
If I
for
would have known,
4 years.
I would have committed to spending a ton of money on him. But I
That's
just
fair.
couldn't. I was 20 mil for him. I was just not really feeling it.
Terry, yeah, no, I was like, man, that's just, it's too much of a contract. Not
Yeah.
enough interest. He wants me to pay too much. Terry and Arnold to the Tennessee Titans. It's a nice pickup for them there as they get their rebuild going. You just went ahead and grabbed Renardo Green,
Yep.
who I think is a very, very solid corner, and you should have some good luck there. Kenny Moore to the Kings. So everyone's upgrading their corners.
Anymore. He was. I think they brought him back. No. No. Wait. Who was here last? No. Yeah, he was here last year. They brought him back. He had.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
He was a
Yeah.
nice pickup for them last year. So.
Mike Sandstrel is headed to the Cardinals, who are also trying to just load up. And the Stallions went and snagged Chris Abrams Drain, heading to this free safety. Julian Love to Chicago. I think it's a good move. Malik Mustafa to the Seahawks. And UFD signing here Jordan Howden to Battlehawks. Moving to strong safety. Not much going on here. Javon Bullard to the Cowboys is the only notable one here. Sean Rivers to the Packers. And
Wow. That's
I
a
signed
big
a kicker.
contract. Big
Signed
contract for
Cam
him.
Cam Little for Cam Little or for
For you. Yeah. For Cam Little.
yeah, no, I mean he's really good.
Yeah.
I take pride in my special teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. So that is the free agency finished. How do you feel about your free agent class here?
Yeah, I'm content with it. I mean, I don't think there was anyone that really moved the needle in this class for me where I needed it. Like Cooper DeJean probably would have been the biggest upgrade available, but again, the money just didn't feel right for him. But no, I'm very happy with Renardo Green. Um, Filling in some holes, bringing in guys that might not even really start a ton or at all, but they're at least gonna have a role. Um, I think that's mainly where my team is at right now. Just kind of filling out some holes and then improving through the draft. Um, but how do you feel? You brought in some players.
Feel pretty good. I mean, yeah, figuring out tackle, right, having Fuaga, who's gonna be a starter for many seasons, and Tunsil's at least holding us down for one
Yeah.
very solid season. So happy with that. I think this O line has made a complete turnaround. Nuzil is also a very solid center signing, I think, and like I think you raise the floor of this O line for whoever is playing quarterback next season. Rashawn Gary, I think, will have juice to a much needed pass rush. Um, and yeah, I think that was necessary. Cam Little should kick some footballs. Robert Spillane should be solid off ball. And aside from that, I mean, O'Connell is a mentor quarterback. Chris Abrams Drain is more of a replacement for Kobe Durant, just kind of filling out the corner room after we traded him. And I feel pretty good. I think before I was like thinking. I was like, man, I don't know if I can fill all these needs in the draft. Like, I needed to get active in free agency, and I think I did that pretty well. I think I'm pretty happy with my class. The only thing I wish I was able to get Dre Greenlaw in here. I think that would have really elevated it, but it just didn't happen. I'm fine with Spillane, and looking forward to getting in the draft room.
All right. And we will be back. We have a lot of things to fill out with our mock drafts coming up, and that will be next. So we'll be right back. All right, we are back. We have finished our mock drafts, and we are very excited here. We have done a little bit more. We actually have a format this time that I will pop up on screen for you guys, but I will also be able to show you guys the players at the same time, which will be nice. So let's just go back and forth. Do you want me to go first on your pick, or do you want to go first on your pick?
Um, you you start out. You start out. We can
All
go. We can
right.
go like yeah. We can like round robin.
All right. Well, so here's my drafts on the screen right now for you guys. I predict Voodoo. I feel like you're gonna pick a quarterback. And I just think the best one available is Jack Colbert, and I think you think that as well. So I think that's gonna be who you take. So that's who I have you taking at pick one.
That's interesting. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I'm gonna take Jack Cole. Uh, right now, I might think on it with the draft, but currently I'm really leaning Colbert. Great prospect out of Houston, and yeah, finally get that quarterback. But pick two, go ahead and give you what I think here is I think they're gonna make a mistake and take Alfonso Rhodes, who I'm not terribly high on here, and I think it's a pretty big reach. But they need a quarterback. They can finally get one here, and they bite down on Alfonso Rhodes. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's very fair. I don't think he's horrible, but at two, it's rich. It's very rich.
For sure.
Um, at two, I also have the same. I think Dolphins need a quarterback, and I guess in a situation where he could sit under Tua for a year, they still have him. So if they will really want to let him develop, he is young. He's 21 years old, so he can develop further to be a really good quarterback. He's just not there yet, and that's okay. But yeah, it's more of a project pick at two. Now, Jets are the first team that doesn't need a quarterback here. Um, it's interesting. I feel like they don't need a ton, honestly. When you look at their needs, they really don't need a lot of stuff. They could use a receiver, left edge could be in play here. They also need linebacker and strong safety. I don't see them taking any of those. Left edge maybe, but I'm not huge on any of those guys. So I have who mock draft 5 has them taking Dom Gilchrist, who I think's the best player in the class at left tackle. Super athlete. Like he's a super athlete at his size, playing left tackle. Incredible blocker. And with Olufashinu probably not going to get re-signed if this is the pick. Could be on his way out because he's on a 1 year 1 year left on his contract. So I think they just opt to take the best player available at a position where they could be losing somebody anyways.
That's fair. I like that pick. I mean, Gilchrist is my favorite. Probably he's my favorite or second favorite player in this class. He is a freak, and he's miles above the competition. That being said, I think that the Jets like this top five projection here with Rafael Estrada, and they can get their left edge here, get a juice up this pass rush with a high end guy at a position that they kind of need here. And yeah, I don't think Estrada is top five talent.
No.
Uh, I just don't think he is, but I think he's good. I think he's a good edge. A bit of a reach, yes, but I think the Jets will say, hey, let's get our guy at three and don't overthink it. Heading into four, I was really debating if it was going to be quarterback. Like you might go either like Cooks or Little. I don't know. I don't know. I think if with Kyler not really regressing, I don't like. You could probably get a quarterback that can be better than Kyler after this season. Maybe you don't want to bet on the fact that there will be a quarterback next season in the draft because you want to get a young. I would respect taking one here, but I really like DJ Darden, and that's who I had you going with because I think he is one of a kind corner. I know you don't really like need corner, but he is one of a kind. He's an absolute stellar athlete. He's great coverage and just everything down top to bottom. One of my favorite players in this class, and I had you going with DJ Darden. But what do you think you would do here if the board fell to you?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because I do really like DJ Darden. If he's there at 4, it would be very tempting. But I have myself, at least in that moment, doing the mock draft, taking Andrew Cooks out of
Okay.
Virginia Tech. Um, I think he's young, still like good size scrambler player. I think he's still great arm. Decent enough mobility. Injuries are concerning there, and he's still not super polished yet. But he can sit under Kyler for a year or half a year or whatever and develop. But I don't know. It's tough because there's a lot of good quarterbacks in this class. But if I had to take one with Colbert gone, I think Cooks is the guy. Um, but moving to pick 5 for the Browns. The Browns could really use a right tackle. Uh, they could also use corner, who on my board, Darden could be here. Easily a great pick for them. They also are having a bunch of expiring contracts at quarterback, so maybe they look at quarterback. But personally, I have them taking Eric Alonso out of UCF. Um, he's a really good right tackle. He's a pretty solid athlete, super strong anchor, great pass protector, um, and a pretty good run defender as well, honestly. Um, and I think they just get one of the top 5 best players in the class there, uh, at 5.
Fair. It's fair. I agree with you. Dom Gilchrist, as I call him, still on the board, but I think they need right tackle more. I
Yeah,
don't think they're just going to go positionally. Get Eric Alonso. I like this pick for Cleveland. So we're in agreement there at 5. Now to pick number 6, I went with Dom Gilchrist for the Kings, who desperately need offensive line. Would be a great pick at
that would
6
be
here.
such a good pick.
Amazing value. Like that line wouldn't go from like terrible to like, wow, this is actually an offensive line. Like, they
Yeah,
would really do wonders for that quarterback. Their whatever. I could see quarterback being taken here. They want to go with the quarterback, but I just don't see it.
no, I
I
don't
think
either.
that they have a situation kind of going on at quarterback. I just don't. I think they have too many needs to really say, let's get a quarterback. Like I just don't agree with it. So Dom Gilchrist was my pick. But what did you think the Kings is 6 with how your board fell?
Yeah, with how the board fell, I figured those 2 top tackles are off the board. I don't really know if they take like any of the other tackles in the draft here. I think they just take the best player available at a position they still really need, which is left edge, to really round out an incredible D line. Even though Estrada isn't, like you said, I agree. I don't think he's a top 5 player. I think he's very good still. Um, but I think you have him, Josh Burke, Jonathan Allen, and Daniil Hunter for a year. That's a crazy D line. Like that's going to be tearing
That's
apart
fair.
offensive lines for the year. But if I had those 2 tackles available here, one of those 2, I think they take one of them.
Fair
Um,
enough.
but going to the Bengals, I stopped the fall of DJ Darden. They could still use defensive help and corner. I do think edges may be a bit more of a need, but I think with DJ Darden here, and they still could use a corner. I mean, Darden is just too good to pass up on at 7. I think if you're the Bengals.
I agree wholeheartedly. DJ Dart was on the board. In my mock, he'd be gone here, but he's not. He went to your Renegades there at 4. So I went ahead and had the Bengals take Oklahoma pass rusher Josh Mahoney. I think, as you said, like edge is maybe a bigger need. Not as good of a player as Darden by any means, but he's good, and I think they'll definitely get a good roundabout there with their edge. But moving on to 8, your real life Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock, and I had a bit of a hard time picking this one, but I settled on Bradley Peck, D tackle out of Kansas State. I think he is the highest floor player available for a position that they need, and I like the outlook of a nice strong D tackle with those good edges. Of they're aging. Like I was considering, even they might draft an edge ahead of time to get
Mhm.
ahead of the curve with their situation there. But I like getting the D tackle now because that group is not too great. What'd you have at 8 for the Steelers?
I was in the same mindset. I do think that would be a really good pickup. He's a really good floor player. He's coming in with a really high floor. He's a great athlete. Um, and he could easily develop into being a freak of nature, honestly. At at 8 there for the Steelers, I think especially would be good. At 9 for the Cardinals, they're one of those teams that I feel like, they don't have a ton of needs. They filled a lot in free agency. They're very active. Um, I definitely considered maybe like they could use O line upgrades across the line, not at left tackle though. That's like the main one where I think it would make sense for them to take a tackle this high, but I just don't think it makes sense. So I think I look at the defense and corner is deep class here. They could use a corner. Mayo is the next guy available here off the board. Um, he's a smaller corner, but he's still not too small. He's a good athlete, not exceptional, but he's good. And he's just very well rounded. He's going to be very good in press, but he's going to be very well rounded. And he's a very physical player with some ball skills. I think he will be a nice fit there in Arizona if he is there.
I agree with you. They're taking the Memphis product, Kai Mayo at corner. That'll be a great addition for them. Yeah, I mean everything you said was on the money. He has good athleticism, good coverage skills. Well, of course, getting the pro players are picked, but just an overview of this player, he's really good. So I think at 9, very good value for Arizona. Moving on to number 10, I went ahead and little deliberation, but I went with Taj Wagner. There was some offensive tackle was another one I was looking at, but the top guys are gone. And Taj Wagner, I like his value here at 10. And I think the Bears will as well if they're in the situation and getting some interior rushers. But what do you think?
Yeah, I went a different route. I did go to tackle here. I went left tackle Nathan Bishop out of Texas A&M. Um, I think Ozzy Trapilo is just he's not really doing much for you there. Um, he's 1 year left on his contract, and I think improving for Caleb Williams especially, who's on a 1 year. He has 1 year left on his contract too, so maybe this is more of a thing to coerce him to re-sign and stay in Chicago just to make sure, hey, we got your blind side protected. We're gonna protect you, man. Um, he's a really good athlete. Not super strong, but he's got good strength. But he's very good mover, very smart player, great pass protector. Definitely not gonna help as much in the run game initially, but he's gonna at least keep Caleb up on his feet more than Ozzy Trapilo by a good bit. So I figured that would be a good pick there, but I do like Taj Wagner there maybe for them. Moving to 11, it's tough with the Broncos because they're still a very good team. They have a ton of like needs that are popping up. It's more thinking ahead of time than anything. Although they lost Dre Greenlaw at Mike linebacker, that was the main thing I was considering. Just like there's good Mike linebackers. I don't know if it's worth that high of a pick, and you might question why do you have a tight end here. Well, it's because Teron Robertson out of USC is a very, very good player who is projected highly. And I think where there's smoke, there's fire with these types of players. And I think he's been linked to them for a while. Just great speed. He's a great athlete, very strong, good size, good blocker, good route runner down the field, good hands. I mean, he's pretty much everything you want in a tight end. Um, and for a team that really could use a tight end and a more diverse weapon, I think would be huge for the Broncos. And how about you at 11?
I agree. Notably, actually, we both had the Bears taking Texas A&M players.
There you go.
Me with Wagner, you with Bishop. That's a fun one there. But no, so at 11, I agreed with you. I have Tyrion Robinson off the board here. I'd say he's probably in the top 5 of the players in this draft, in my opinion. I think he's great talent. I mean, you're just looking at his skills. Everything's A's and B's, and his athleticism's off the chart. You really can't find a knock on Taron Robinson. Robertson. And yeah, I think he'd be a stellar addition to that Broncos squad. Moving on to pick number 12. This is where I had Nathan Bishop going to the Washington Commanders. Of course, Laramie Tunsil is a Birmingham Stallion, so he's not a Commander anymore. Time to get your new franchise left tackle. Go get a guy, Nathan Bishop, out of Texas A&M. A&M. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that would be a good pick for them. I had similar thought process, just different tackles since Bishop was off the board. I went next best guy on the board here, Charles O'Neal out of Ohio State. Yeah, I think it's definitely mandatory for them to fill that spot, especially since they didn't do anything in free agency to do so. And Charles O'Neal's not my favorite prospect. He's a really good mover. He's not super strong. Definitely could improve in the weight room a little bit more in that regard. He's a good pass blocker. Gonna not be as good in the run game. I'm not huge on him, to be honest. This is more of a projection on what I think they'll do versus what I would do if I were them. But he's a
Mhm.
very smart player. I do think he could be good. You just worry about his lack of strength and the run game as well is going to be a little bit concerning. But moving on to the uh, Texans. Nope, sorry, jumping way too far. Colts at 13. They're an interesting team. I think they could use some players. They have a couple big needs. I think right tackle and edge absolutely could be in play here. But I don't know. Mac Jones does not move me. So I have him taking a quarterback. I have him taking Perry Little out of California. Um, I think he would fit really well in here. I think they'd love his size, his frame, huge, 6'6", 228. Um, he's got an elite arm. He honestly, not a good mover at all. He's not going to be mobile at all, but he's going to stand in the pocket, solid as a statue, and sling the rock. Great down the field accuracy. Great play action game. And I think that would fit really well there with Jonathan Taylor to work off that play action, off of his run game. So I think it's just I don't think Mac Jones is the guy really. But how about you? What do you feel about the Colts?
Well, I don't think Mac Jones is the guy, but they have a little guy called Luke Altmaier in that QB after that. No, but
Yeah, they do.
I didn't have him take a quarterback here. Maybe questionably. I just they did get JT to a Molau. I cannot say words. That's butchering it, but yeah, I think there's a few ways they could go with this pick, but I went with the edge rusher Lamont Mixon out of North Dakota State, a compression style rusher.
He's out of
It's gonna
Oregon.
just give you some. Why did I have North Dakota State?
I have no
That's a good
idea.
question. I'm lying to you.
That Nick Barron's the next guy down was.
Oh, I might have switched it. Yeah, I might have been switching it. See, he's not from North Dakota State, but he's a compression style rusher, and he'll be hopefully pretty good in Indianapolis if they take him. I think he'll pair well with their rotation and hopefully give you an answer off the edge. But I think quarterback is all because I don't know how much Mac Jones is doing for you.
Yeah.
Or Luke Altmaier.
No.
Or Luke Altmaier.
I can already answer that one for you. It's nothing. He's doing nothing for you.
There you go. Okay, well, pick 14 here for the LA Rams. They had one, maybe two needs, but I thought left tackle was glaring need, and I don't really think even if you reach, I think you're still getting a starting rookie tackle. Like they're not doing too good on the blind side, so protect your boy there, and go ahead and get Charles Neal out of Ohio State. That is the college he's from, because I actually making sure on the page.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he's just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not too high on O'Neal, but
Yeah.
I think he like as you were. But again, I just think that it's position of need and a project it just projects correctly. I think for LA to upgrade here. But what do you think?
Yeah, not actually. This is one where I kind of went away from what I thought should happen, which I think there's a world where in my board where Josh Berry goes at 14. I was just like, the Rams feel like a team for some reason that are going to go more off of just best player value versus positional need value. So I actually have them still taking a position they can improve on, even with the trade for Kobe Durant. Corner, this is a really deep corner class. I have them taking Aaron Ash out of Louisville. Huge 6'3" frame. He's a really good coverage corner. Good athlete with really good agility. and acceleration to keep up with those faster receivers. Great ball skills as well, and he's pretty good coverage otherwise as well. He does have the injury concerns, but I do feel like he's a very good corner when healthy, and I think they definitely would like to improve there. Um, but I could definitely see it going another way. Moving on to 15, Texans. I think they could go a couple different ways. I think they've done a good job improving their line, even though I do still think it can improve more. Um, I think edge losing Daniil Hunter. They really don't have an answer outside of Will Anderson on the other side. So I have him taking a right edge here, Ramon Martinez, who you were projected to take in Mach 5 at 1. So I
Great value.
yeah, I mean, in theory, that's great value. I think he is a very solid edge rusher, though. He's a prototypical size you want. He's still very young, raw prospect, good athlete, very strong, great power rusher. He's going to stay healthy on the field for you. Just needs to work on his run defense a little bit more, maybe work in a little bit more of a finesse game and work on his play diagnosis. But I think he's a pretty good player, especially if he's going to learn from Will Anderson, who's one of the best in the league. But how about you at 15?
Well, I had to think about this because I mean, the issue is they have Will Anderson and not much else outside of that. They have Zion Young, but he's the left edge, and these coaches just can't move guys to other positions. So yeah, Bryce Huff doesn't project well as a starter, but he certainly projects better, in my opinion, than Ariante Ursary at tackle. So we needed to get that squared away, even if this is a reach. Actually, no, Blake Fisher would be the starter. Apologies. The depth chart is lying. I don't know why Ariante Ursary was above him, but Trevor Shelby was my pick for Houston out of Washington State. I think that is the right call. But yeah, I think you could go the edge. I wouldn't mind that for Houston, especially replacing Bryce Huff. But yeah, ultimately, I guess it just depends on how the board falls to them and where they see value. Moving on to pick 16, we have the St. Louis Mother Lovin' Battlehawks. And I have the actual North Dakota State edge rusher going here, Nick Barron. And I think he's going to use quite a bit of sorry, what I meant to say is bring quite a bit of juice to this rush that is rather uninspiring with Jermaine Johnson, AJ Epinesa. I mean, like these, Joshua Josephs maybe has upside, but at this point, I think they're in a situation where they need to improve these positions, these premium positions with draft picks, and yeah, I don't think AJ Epinesa or Jermaine Johnson is stopping you from doing that. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's very fair, and I do think that is a good mindset. And I actually am kind of doing that on the other side of the ball, because we've seen it year after year here. Daniel Jones is not good. Their backups have always performed better, and I think they're gonna want to get one of these top guys. And Rashad Beasley is on the board here out of West Virginia. I think he is a very good quarterback still, even though he's fallen to 16. Um, he's also a bigger body quarterback. He's got a great arm. He has more mobility though than some of the other quarterbacks in this class. It's just he's a little bit more raw on his accuracy, but I do think he's good at extending plays. He's very smart, and I think that's the type of player that they'd rather have over Daniel Jones. But we'll see. Maybe they'll choose to ride with Daniel Jones one more year.
I do. I mean, he's a mentor quarterback, so
There you
that
go.
definitely help if you drafted a rookie. And I also like how the way your mock is shaked out here. That 3 rookie quarterbacks in the same class in the same first round in the division
Yeah.
be Colbert, Cooks, and Rashad Beasley. I think that'd be very fun.
There's a world where you get 4 if the Kings decide to
Oh,
do
the
that.
Kings are very likely.
I don't know
Dude,
if
that'd
they
be
do.
wild.
I don't think they should. I think they should stick
I
with
agree.
their trio of Fields, Willis, and Penix. But there's a world where they don't do that. But at 17, the Titans have done a really sneakily good job at filling a lot of their spots on the roster. Really could use a safety desperately, but there's just not a safety worth taking here. Considered maybe right tackle they can improve, but I think tight end, with how strong of a tight end class it is, get another weapon in there for Cam Ward to really put them over the hump offensively. They brought in Josh Jacobs. to help the run game. And I think, bringing in Vernon Clemens out of Ohio State will help immensely in the pass game. He is just a very good big body, super super athlete. Kind of reminds you of a Chigakonkwo type, but he's definitely just a better player. Um, he's a really good catching in traffic guy. He's gonna make those tough catches over the middle of the field. Mainly is where he thrives. But I think he would be just a really good safety blanket on those big third downs, like those 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 7s. I think he will be that go-to guy for Cam Ward to convert those. But what do you think at 17?
It's fair. I just can't get over their tackle issue, and I'm just not feeling very sexy with this Titans draft pick here. I think they go with the right tackle, Kadarius Crompton. Not terribly fond of him, but I think he's solid. I think this is not certainly not as much of a reach as some of the other uh, picks here, but I think Kadarius Crompton would slot in well over either behind or over Braden Smith, who's uh, I would say at best decent floor, but he's uninspiring and likely to retire or regress out. So get ahead of the game here, get a right tackle. I like this Titans roster. Otherwise, I think they do have quite a bit of juice here, and then they might be a team that's quickly on the rise. But moving on to pick 18, I go back to back unsexy picks here with Josh Berry out of Michigan, unless I might have written that down. Wrong
No,
that one
you're
down
right.
wrong.
You're
So,
right.
awesome. Yeah, this Niners line is poop.
They have three
They've
guys.
done not they have done nothing, like
Yeah,
quite literally nothing to help this line. The only thing they did was draft Isaiah World, who is not good
yeah,
and probably won't be good.
yeah. And
Um,
they couldn't. I mean, they had 25 million negative cap space. They are
yeah,
not able
so
to make moves, so they kind of have to feel build in the draft. So
it's gonna be draft and vet minimum. I don't know how they're gonna get linemen. I don't know what they're gonna do. It's gonna be weird. But I went with Josh Berry, because I mean, even if he's has a penalty playing at right tackle, he would still be. If he just plays at guard, I like this is gonna be a weird Niners offensive line that I'm probably gonna want to watch throughout the season because
yeah,
this is a really weird situation where they have Kenyon Sadiq and George Kittle slotting in here to try to fill it out. What do you think about
yeah. I agree with the thought of line. I just don't see a world where they don't, because they have three linemen and you need five to start a line.
you don't see a
Um,
world Isaiah
yeah. Well,
World?
he's also terrible. But no, I'm going to right tackle. I had Crompton available still, out of UCF. So I think he would be a solid. He'd be a big upgrade because currently they have nobody. So you're at least getting a good
There you go.
pass blocker. As a run blocker, he's not very inspiring, but I think he'll at least help in that regard.
Probably better than no blocker though.
That's very true. And then at 19, to pair up with the rookie quarterback out of Virginia Tech and Andrew Cooks, I have, in theory, Zach Lacey, the receiver out of Oregon. Really, the two biggest needs, I think, for my Renegades are quarterback and receiver, at least in terms of future outlook for quarterback. But, it was really between the two receivers. But I think Zach Lacey is the guy that I go with here. Um, just a really good deep threat, super athlete. Um, not super, not a big receiver or anything, but he's not small. Great deep route run, deep threat downfield. But he is solid underneath as well. And I just think he brings a little bit more juice than any of the receivers do. I know Xavier Leggett has been a good medium to deep threat, and Stribling's been a decent underneath guy. Just traded Tez Johnson because I know this is a move I'm going to be making probably, but also did sign AD Mitchell to help out the receivers as well. But I do think that is where I go. But what do you think I do?
Yeah, so I agreed with the receiver. I think Zach Lacey and Nick Ramirez look pretty similar. I do like Zach Lacey, but I thought I kind of just put Nick Ramirez here out of Oklahoma State. But yeah, looking back on it, I think Zach Lacey definitely makes more sense because obviously if it was the CPU picking, they might think, oh, better projection, take receiver. But I mean, they're pretty similar. I don't think they're terribly far off. At least You might know something I don't because I don't
They're
have these guys
they're
scouted
they're
at
not
all.
that different of players.
Uh, but yeah, from what I have here, pretty similar. I think Zach Lacey does start off with a better floor. Neither of these guys have great catching floors, but they have a lot of athleticism, and I think your receiver room could just use a young, juicy receiver. So Nick Ramirez was my pick, but Zach Lacey would definitely fit the bill. It's really just about who you'd want. At pick 20 here for the Las Vegas Raiders, I had them taking Emmanuel Williams, the will linebacker. They need linebacker. They need off ball linebacker, and I actually quite like this linebacker class. Uh, Despite its shortcomings in terms of depth, I'm pretty fond of it. I would say I think there's some good players here to pick from if you need off ball help. But what do you think the Raiders do at 20?
Yeah, I think it's a good thought for sure. I considered linebacker here at 20, but I actually decided to have back-to-back receivers picked here. I think Raiders really could still use receiver. They only have Ted McMillan. Outside of that, you got Dante Thornton and not much else. It's pretty much that's where the list ends. So I think Nick Ramirez is, still a very good option here. And I think he would be a perfect fit, fitting in there with Ted McMillan, who are they're completely different receiver types, and I think that would be huge there, to help out Baker Mayfield as that more of a deep threat, shifty underneath guy as well. Um, at 21, I do have the Giants going with a linebacker here, the Mike linebacker out of USC, Miguel Alvarez. Um, the Giants, they don't need a ton, honestly. They've done a really good job building up this team. They're pretty close to being a Super Bowl contender, I'd say. They could totally use a left guard, absolutely. But there is no draftable left guards in this class, so unless they move a right guard over or left tackle over, I don't know. But I just figured, hey, Mike, they could improve. Miguel Alvarez out of USC is a very good linebacker, super athletic, very smart player, instinctive, solid coverage player, all around kind of solid player. The injuries are concerning for sure, but I do think he's a good player. But how do you feel about the Giants at 21?
So I agree with the position, and I just with the player. I actually do like Alvarez more, but I think that the CPU is gonna take Marcus Ballantyne out of West Virginia. Um, yeah, no, I think Alvarez would be a home run for New York. And Ballantyne's not bad. It's just I'm a little more uncertain. I would say some of his stuff is like his awareness and all, like you don't know as much about uh
Yeah, he doesn't.
projections here. His
He
zone,
doesn't have
like
as
I
much
don't really
potential.
know.
I don't think he has as much of a ceiling as Alvarez does. I think he has
I
a
agree, and his
better
floor is
floor.
also up in the air.
He has. I think he has
I
a
don't
better
know.
floor, but it's not much better. I don't think than Alvarez.
Oh no, I meant like I think he has a worse floor. I don't because
Oh,
you don't know his
I don't
zone
know.
coverage or his awareness.
That's
I,
fair. That's fair. I mean,
like
it's tough. It's tough to say, but
I have
uh,
no clue, but I think it still would be an upgrade. Getting an off ball guy, they just kind of need it. They need off ball help. But you know, I think that's also something where they're in a good position, so they can kind of take really really anything. And I think Mike is most likely just with how their off ball situation has uh, to found itself. So moving on to 22, the Seattle Seahawks. I had them going with an edge rusher here with Tennessee, Rocco Ingram. And I think that he would project very well for their packages. They don't really they have guys in their edge group, but they don't have many. They like the way I guess the way I put it is like yeah, like they have good floor guys, but I think they just got to get a guy with better ceiling. I also really considered center the Caesar Magana like the one
mhm.
good center in this draft. Well, there's a couple other guys, but the only like first round projection center. But Rocco Ingram, I like his upside here, increasing their pass rush. But I think they're a pretty good team. They could take um, they have luxury. I feel like and how they want to approach this draft. But how do you feel about Seahawks at 22?
Yeah, I actually went with the route that you were talking about with taking
Oh,
Cesar Magana out of Iowa. Um, maybe a bit of a reach, but technically not, I guess, first or second round talent. But I think he's solid. I'm actually lower on him than I think most of the first or second round centers that are coming out in drafts usually. Like he's a pretty good mover, not super strong. Seems like he's at least decent. Just not sure about his ceiling. He doesn't come in as one of the most polished centers we've seen in these drafts, but I do think he would be a good pick for Seattle to fill out that line that very much needs a center. Um, but at
fair.
23, going into the last column here on our mocks, Bills. I have them taking Josh Berry out of Michigan. They could use a couple things maybe, but I think left tackle is their biggest need, and if Josh Berry's on the board, I think definitely makes sense. I think he's better than any of the other tackles available. Um, but I think regardless of if he's there or not, I think tackle is probably the pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that the tackle situation for the Bills isn't amazing. You could say Caleb Tiernan is a guy. I mean, he's sure, but I just think you need upside here. And Michael Cooks out of Oklahoma was the upside on the board for me. So when I took him for Buffalo, but they're also a pretty solid team. I mean, at this point down the board, it's less of like, oh, I need to draft this position, and more of like you're thinking about your future and kind of how you're going to navigate, I guess, your outlook for these next few years, drafting for the future, as that's called. Because yeah, I think they could go a number of ways, but left tackle makes the most sense for me. Moving on to number 24 here, the New England Patriots. I had them taking Ramon Martinez, the right edge out of Vanderbilt. I think they could really just use defensive line juice. They have some floor players, they have some solid players, but I mean, their secondary is really solid, and the rest of their defense is pretty good. They got Dre Greenlaw in free agency. Like, I think this a very good defense if they could round out their edge group. They have Jalen Walker at the left edge. Pair him up with a nice young guy here instead of Quiddy Pay. You get yourself a Ramon Martinez with a very favorable profile, and I think you're situated. But what do you think at the Patriots with 24?
Yeah, I had Taj Wagner falling to 24 here.
Wow.
I think they could totally use a D tackle. Kind of in that realm of hey, they need to boost their D line in general. And I think they go Wagner. I don't know. I'm not as high as on Wagner, I think, as you are maybe, but I do think he still worth taking in the first round. So that's why I had him falling here. Chargers at 25 though. They're a team that I feel like really just need defense. But honestly, they've done a good job filling a lot of their needs to at least give themselves a good floor. Um, but I think just with how good this draft is at corner, again, still very deep class. Um, and they still could upgrade at corner. I think they just delve into this pot of corners here. And they take Aaron. Who did I say? No, Andrew Wilson. That's who I had. Sorry. Andrew Wilson out of Utah. That is who I had, right?
Yep.
Yes. I just want to make sure because there's two. Yeah, he's also 6'3", just like Aaron Nash, but very big corner. Very good man coverage. Good athlete for sure. Struggles in press a little bit. Very physical. Definitely could maybe play safety if they really wanted him to, but I think he's a very good player. I think that would just be a really good fit for them. But how do you feel about the Chargers at 25?
Yeah, Chargers, I think corner would be the cleanest projection for them. So I went ahead. Of course, I think a little bit. I think one or two less corners off the board here. So I went ahead and I took Lindley out of Mississippi State. He's very good size of 6'3" and just good coverage. He's disciplined. Lacks some athleticism, but I think here later in the first round you can, count on some good coverage skills with a nice frame and try to see what you have with them. And I think you have a solid player. I'm not too. I think with the position, with the need, and with the projection, Dylan Lindley fits really well with the Chargers. Moving on to pick numero 26. This is where I had Zach Lacey falling here to Baltimore. I think it's just, I mean, Ravens are solid. They're pretty rounded, but I think they could use edge. Interior line isn't great, but like, are you like in my mock here, edge is kind of depleted, and you could take like one of the few guards that are decent. Uh, but I went ahead and I just thought the cleanest projection was a receiver, Zach Lacey out of Oregon, because right now currently LaJohntay Wester starting pass catcher for them, and I don't think that fits the bill. I don't think you should be having. I don't think Lamar Jackson should have to throw to LaJohntay Wester too much in a season. But what do you think?
I mean, that's very fair. Obviously, I had both those receivers off the board already, so kind of not looking at
Yeah,
taking anyone
there's a
else.
bit of a drop off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually have them taking guard here, right guard Chris Anthony out of Clemson. He's risen up the boards in the mock drafts. He's been getting a little bit of steam behind him, maybe being a first round pick. Looking at him, he's a pretty good athlete, very strong. Um, Good run blocker, solid pass blocker. Needs to work a little bit on his power game, but I think he would be a really good upgrade there, especially in Baltimore. They could use a right guard badly. Um, but at 27, I have the Lions taking Emmanuel Williams, the will out of Miami. Um, I like you said earlier. Yeah, he's a very good coverage option. Would be great for the Raiders, but I also think he would be great here in uh, Detroit because outside of Jack Campbell, they got nothing. So I do think
Yep.
that would be an upgrade. What do you think about the Lions?
I agree with the position, and I would have probably taken Emmanuel had he been on the board, but he went to the Raiders, so went with the next best option here. Christopher Farrell out of Mississippi State. I think he'd be a very good option. He's a great athlete, great coverage skills, awareness. I mean, he is a very well-rounded linebacker, and yeah, no, I think he'd be a slam dunk at 27, value wise and talent wise. Christopher Farrell is the pick. Moving to number 28 here for the Cowboys. I I had to think for a little bit here. I couldn't hold back from taking a quarterback for Dallas, getting Perry Little uh, out of California there, and I like Perry Little. I like Perry Little. I think he's, I mean, an excellent arm, pretty good accuracies all across the board, and you can't go wrong with that. But um, it's gonna be interesting to see how this one plays out. But I think that it kind of gives Joe Milton esque here. I kind of see that with the big arm, and that's kind of his whole shtick. But seems probably a bit more accurate, I would say, than Mr. Milton. But what do you think here at 28 for Cowboys?
Yeah, I had similar thoughts about quarterback, but I weirdly enough, I didn't have anyone fall to this point that felt like a good spot. I felt maybe the Cowboys can wait a round or two, take another one. Because there's a couple guys down the board that I think would be better, drafted like second, end of second, early third. So I actually had them addressing another need at cornerback because they don't have a ton of needs outside of quarterback really. And just with it being such a deep corner class, as I've kept saying, I have them taking Eric Winslow out of Alabama, and I think he is again. I've said it pretty much about every corner I've talked about. Very solid corner. He's super athletic, just very good, fluid hips. We love the fluid hips here. He's a good man corner, but he's also pretty solid in zone. Good willing tackler as well. And I just think he would be an upgrade there in that secondary to some degree. Uh,
That's fair.
but yeah, so how do you feel about Cowboy? Or you already picked the Cowboys. You already did the Cowboys.
I
Sorry.
already did. Yeah,
I forgot. I was like, I
it's
was
the
lost for a
Packers.
second. But anyways, yeah, Packers are running to the podium here. They have a ton of needs, honestly, for a team that have lost a lot in free agency this year. Um, and I didn't have a lot of edges off the board. uh, in the middle part of this draft. So Josh Mahoney's still here. They run up to the podium and they push Goodell out of the way to take him because he's an incredible athlete with really high ceiling as a speed rusher across from Micah Parsons. That'd be an insane duo if he's there. What about you?
That's fair. I mean, yeah, I had Mahomie at 7.
Yeah.
Mahomie? Oops, not Mahomie.
Mahomie.
Mahomes.
Mahoney.
Uh,
Oh, Mahoney.
no, yeah, I had him gone way earlier. So at pick 30, I got a little spicy. I went with Brian's.
No, we're not there
Wait,
yet. We're
no,
not
no,
there
no, no,
yet.
no,
We're
no,
not
no,
there
no, no,
yet.
no,
We're not
no,
there
no,
yet,
no.
Voodoo.
Wrong pick. Oopsie. I'm a liar. Never mind. I got not. I would say no, not too spicy. Aaron Ash fell for me.
Yeah,
I know you had him going earlier, but yeah, I had Aaron Ash here. Did you had Aaron Ash earlier, right?
I did.
Or
Yeah,
am I lying to
you.
you?
No, no,
Okay.
you're not lying.
Yeah, but at 29 here, Packers getting a very nice corner. I'm a big fan of Aaron Ash. I think he'd be excellent for that Packers secondary. And now we can move to pick 30, where I was saying all that nonsense and debauchery. This is the spicy, maybe. Well, maybe not spicy, but we love tight ends here. I went Brian Tobin out of Ohio State. Um, but I love Brian Tobin. You gotta love white boy tight ends. You gotta love tight ends in general. I think they needed a tight end. I mean, I don't even know who's in that room. Noah Gray's gone. Kelsey's gone.
Yeah, no, I had no idea.
I don't
It's
know.
not good.
But it's not good. And get a tight end. I mean, this is offense that utilizes the tight end a lot. Get yourself a tight end with a high ceiling and a high floor. What do you think?
No, I completely agree with you. That is who I had. That's who Mach 5 actually has as well. So it seems like it's maybe a kind of slam dunk pick here for across the board. People just think this is finally the year that they replace Kelsey because they kind of stuck it out with Noah Gray for a couple years. Um, and yeah, I think Tobin would be an awesome pick. I think he would actually really fill in well as that Kelsey replacement because he's not really an amazing blocker or anything, but he is an excellent receiver and route runner. So I think he would
It's fair.
fill that role extremely well. Now at 31, another one that really probably shouldn't have fallen this far. Eagles getting another steal as they love to do in drafts. Nick Barron falling down to 31 out of North Dakota State. I think he's very good, and he probably shouldn't fall that far, and I don't know if he actually will, but I just the way the board fell, he was here, and I think they could actually use edge after losing Nolan Smith, and I think Nick Barron comes in and immediately makes you feel happy that you let Nolan Smith leave when he was asking for 20 some $1 million a year. Um, but what do you think? 31 the
Well,
Eagles do.
no, I mean, damn, Nick Barron's great. You have the Eagles doing their Howie Roseman special,
Yeah,
getting the amazing value and late in the draft and keeping their dynasty afloat. I have Nick Barron. No, not Nick. No, I'm lying to you.
I
That's your
have
guy.
Nick Barron.
I had Jared. Yeah, I got confused because I also have an edge rusher off here, a left edge. But a guy later here in Jarrett Montgomery. I don't think he's that good actually, but I think just where
Okay.
I don't think he's that. I
He's a good
yeah,
athlete. He's good across the
he's
board
good.
in his ratings.
Good. He's a good athlete across the board, but I don't I think it's second to 3. Well, I mean, not gonna bullshit you. I know he's around 2 talent, so I'm not too high on him, but I think he's fine. I mean, late in the first, I think it's fine to get a 2 to 3 guy. Like it's a bit of a reach, but get a guy, and I just think that's where they're going to go here with an edge. But yeah, I think Nick Barron would project very well as a good old Roseman steal. And at pick 32, lastly for Jackson, got a little spicy here. I went with Chris Anthony, the guard. Actually, you got spicier than me because you had him going by pick 20. Yeah, he was going to Baltimore, but
Yeah.
for me, I have him going to Jacksonville at 32. And I mean, it's a really solid team. This is a super name. Usually, when teams make the Super Bowl, they're pretty solid at football. So didn't have too many needs. It was really D tackle or right guard. I went with right guard because I think Chris Anthony is solid, and I didn't really have that many D tackles.
No,
Like
I think you can
I
get
don't
some
have a high grade
guys.
on
You can get some guys down the board. I think that are better. Um,
it.
you don't have
Right
to take
guard
them here or D tackle specifically. Right
or
guard,
D
no.
tackle. I agree. I think there's some depth at D tackle than guard. But what do you think at 30s?
Yeah, I mean that's what Mach 5 had. I will say that Chris Anthony to the Jags is what the Mach 5 says,
Oh,
and I do
there you
think
go.
that if he's on the board, absolutely, it's a slam dunk. I actually have him going the other way, taking D
Mm.
tackle, taking Josh Guerrero out of South Carolina. He's the only other D tackle first or second round projection. Um, he's the only D tackle in those projections that is actually like a bigger D tackle. Like he's still not even that big. He's just under 300 pounds, but he's 6'3". The other two are both like 6'1". Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just an amazing he's a great athlete, like genuinely crazy athlete with really, really good upside and potential to flash as maybe a potential revitalization of Saxonville, maybe. But
Oh, there you go.
that is gonna be our mock draft. So I do think we drafted two very different ways here, which seems to happen all the time, which is good because it keeps things interesting. Um, but with that being said, there's really not much else to talk about other than getting into the draft itself. Voodoo, are
It's the
you ready?
best time. I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, real quick before we jump in, we just see on the right here, Devon Witherspoon for the Seahawks really wants to see a pass rush upgrade tonight. The Kings, Jordan Tyson says,
Ooh.
"Hey man, I want some good quarterback, not a bum, to come play quarterback here in Louisville." Which I mean, hey, fair
Yeah,
enough.
throwing some shade at Michael Penix and Justin Fields and Malik Willis.
Yeah,
All
man.
three of them are under fire
Yeah,
now.
I don't I don't know, man. It's
Rough.
pretty rough. But and then the Packers are an interesting one here. They say, hey, Jordan Love's like, hey man, I really want us to get a receiver tonight. I don't know, maybe they could, but I'm not seeing that. And then Dom Gilchrist is the top pick in almost every draft board tonight. So they have you
Oh,
taken, ESPN has you taken, and a lot of other people have you taken. Gilchrist, and I mean, hey, if you didn't pick up all those tackles, I think that would be a slam dunk pick. But
yeah, I would definitely consider Gilchrist, and I still could, but it's just less of a cleaner projection. I
yeah,
mean,
because then what are you doing at
yeah,
quarterback? Aiden O'Connell
yeah,
season.
we need a few more eggs to cook here, but
Yeah, yeah,
fair enough. And yeah, so interesting.
yeah. Let's jump right into the draft here. Very exciting here, and we get to start right away once again with a UFD team, and that is you. I don't really know if there's going to be too much of a thought process for you here or not, but I feel like it's pretty.
There might be.
I
Ooh,
don't know. What are
ooh,
you thinking?
wait. Ah, I'm getting some trade offers here.
Oh, I
I'm
mean,
looking.
there is probably a ton of big trade offers. I will say I am not really looking to trade up, even though I have the
Okay,
picks to do it. I don't really want to. I like having 19
that's
and
fair.
4.
Um, yeah, I don't know if I'm. I could get so, dude. I forgot how people kind of like the first overall pick. The
All right.
Browns could give me all their draft capital.
They really want to
Uh,
trade up for Alfonso Rhodes, man.
they all, yeah. There's some guys who want Alfonso Rhodes. The Patriots want Alfonso Rhodes too.
I don't. Who would the
Uh,
Patriots would have to be trading up for like one of the tackles?
Go Chris, yeah. Um, Miami wants to trade up one spot. Will give me a second next year or in 2 years. No, no, I'm sticking and picking. I think.
Yeah, there you go. It's
Think I'm
fair.
sticking and picking.
Gotta stick with the guy, man. Stick with your guy, Alfonso
It's my
Rhodes.
guy. The one and only Alfonso Rhodes. No, it's gonna be the Houston product, the man himself, the the legend. One would say the man, the myth, and the quarterback. Jack Colbert is your first overall pick in the draft. He is ranked 14 in true value, and he is pretty good. 94 throw power, hidden dev. He's pretty friggin' good at football, and just time to get the quarterback. Let's not delay this
Yeah.
Get your guy, Jack Colbert, out of Houston. 22 years old, 6'2". He has a great arm. He's very accurate, excellent under pressure. Um, Slow release, not very mobile. He's maybe needs to work on the play diagnosis, but he's an excellent pocket passer with a cannon of capable of making any throw in the playbook. Does a superb job feeling pressure and avoiding. Delivers the ball with pinpoint accuracy at every level of the field. Needs to learn how to diagnose next level defense to make up for his lack of mobility and playmaking out of structure. But yeah, I think that this is a definitely great quarterback here, and just got to get him with the coaches, get him to sharpen up, and just I think we have a very good prospect here in Jack Colbert at 1. I'm
Yeah.
very happy with that pick.
Yeah, I will say we both had him ranked as the 4th overall player in this draft, but again, positional value coming into play. He's
Yeah, like I knew
probably,
Miami was probably like they might have taken Alfonso Rhodes, but I'm not
I
going to
don't
risk
think
it.
so.
I'm going to
Yeah,
take Colbert here and get out of here.
he's
So
yeah
moving on
he's
to
best day one
good.
guy you could pick for sure.
I agree. Positionally, yeah, no, absolutely. Pick number 2 here for Miami. What do you think they're gonna do here? Colbert's off the board.
Well, considering
Quarterbacks
we
projection.
just went through it, I think Alfonso Rhodes.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think Alfonso
I
Rhodes
think that's what
is
we
a
both
clean
said.
projection.
So, but
Yeah,
they could shock us and maybe go with one of those tackles or Serrato. They do.
oh,
Dom
there we
Gilchrist
go.
goes to Miami. Yeah, I'll talk
So
about this one a
Tua is
bit
still
here.
their starting quarterback.
I guess maybe they like some of the guys down the board. They'll have the second pick in the
True.
second. Because I will say, like guys like Kyle Canada and Bernie Calhoun, those are guys who are projected first round guys, but I really think they're going to be project guys that you might want down the board. So maybe they like one of those guys with taking this elite left tackle who I think is just absolutely insane. He is such a good player. He is probably one of the best tackles I've seen in my scouting days here. Uh, he really just doesn't have much weakness, honestly. He's immediately coming in with great hands and technique, has super athletic upside, has the speed that to match with the speed rushers, has the strength to hold up against some of the stronger rushers as well. He do have some concerns with his stamina on the field, just given all that effort that he does. And he doesn't have like that high end strength that you like in your top tackles you're taking here, but outside of that, he is genuinely one of the best players I've seen drafted, probably.
Technician. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, we both had him as our
Excellent
first,
athlete.
as our number one player in the class because yeah, he truly is so impressive. But here at 3, Jets, I think they could go a ton of different ways. I don't think they go quarterback, but I think they probably just take best player available for whatever they think, honestly. Um, yeah.
That's fair. I think that's very fair. Let's see what they decide to do at pick 3. They go
Okay.
Eric Alonso, which
All right.
clean
Fair
projection.
enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to talk about that one or do you want me to talk about this one?
Eric Alonso. No, I got you here. Let me get that one for you. Right tackle. Here we go. Eric Alonso out of UCF. He's a pretty big guy, 6'6". He's a Luke Gadecki pro comp. He's a great blocker with great strength, and he's very smart. He shows an immense strength and power every play, being an excellent edge protector in run and pass situations. High IQ and athleticism flash off the tape, though movement skills are lackluster and may keep him getting downhill. So yeah, he's not like those quick tackles you might be seeing, the more prototypical speed tackles, but he's just a big man, and he's a very good technique player, a lot of IQ and athleticism, and I think Alonso's a very good player too. I like him as a top 10 player in this class. So good pick for the Jets. Moving to number 4 here
Yeah.
with your Dallas Renegades.
Yeah.
Well, good if you want to give your opinion.
Well, quickly before that, I'm curious because I know I mentioned with like if they took Gilchrist, right, left tackle with Mem not with Membu with Fashanu, right? He's 1 year left on his deal. He hasn't exactly developed the way you'd want, so I get that. Eric Alonso is a little bit interesting because they still have Armand Membu, who's still a very good right tackle. He still has 2 years left on his deal. So are you moving Alonso to left tackle? Are you just kind of waiting? Are you going to move him to guard? Are you going to have him wait till Membu has to leave? I don't know. I think he is absolutely a correct pick talent wise. I had him as my second best player personally. I know you had him as your third, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I really love the pick, but I'm just not sure about the team. But
It's
now,
fair.
very interestingly, I have all the quarterbacks in the world. If I
Yeah,
want
so
them,
I thought you were. It makes sense to take quarterback because you don't know if the next class will be as good. Makes sense. I mean, DJ Darden,
TJ Darden
DJ
is
Darden,
insanely good.
really
He
good.
is quite the talent. I think he is very very good. Um, it's tough because I'm at pick four. How often am I going to be at pick four? Um, Not sure. And like just getting an idea, see maybe if there's teams that want to trade up. Um, Rams are looking to move up from 14. I don't know. They'd probably take DJ Darden. Absolutely, that's probably who they'd be picking. Most of the teams are kind of further down the board. No one wants to trade up here. I think I'm just gonna take a player here, and I think I'm gonna go with the guy I like most,
Cooks. Is
and
it
it's
Cooks?
it's it's gonna be Andrew Cooks out of Virginia Tech. I'm gonna stick with my mock. I think he's ranked 35th in true talent. I know he's more of a project initially. Does have it in dev, 93 throw power, 82 speed. I think he's going to be that perfect balance that he can learn from Kyler. Obviously, Kyler's a little bit faster, but I think he can have a similar skill set um, to Kyler and not have to start right away. I am still a little concerned with his injury, but I really like Andrew Cooks a lot. Um, and I'll talk about him too. A little bit from what we actually have written down, so this work doesn't go to waste. Uh, so yeah, Andrew Cooks, man, I think Colbert definitely the best quarterback in the class, but I think personally, Andrew Cooks is the second best guy available. I think I had him compared as my pro comp to Cam Ward. We haven't been doing that. We should probably say this, but yeah, pro comp Cam Ward. I feel like he's just a very good quarterback. Like he's not the craziest athlete, but he's good, very well rounded, excels whether inside or outside of out of the pocket. Um, he's very aware of the pressure. He's able to get rid of the ball, but also can extend plays if he needs to. Um, just those injuries are his biggest concern. And while we're quickly here, I'll just say Jack Colbert's pro comp was really big high praise for me, giving him the pro comp of Drew Brees. Um,
Yeah, that's sick.
and then
I mean, I did have him scouted. I did have a clean like round one talent on Colbert,
so did I.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
I have all the
yeah,
quarterbacks
like
as
he
well.
same. Okay, good, good,
Yeah,
good.
but
Yeah, but
Dom Gilchrist, I had giving pro comp of Paris Johnson. I think he's a very similar player. And then at right tackle, Eric Alonso, I gave you said Luka Decky. You did say that one. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, we move on to the Browns at 5. I think this is an interesting one too because I mentioned it earlier. They have three guys. Three of their quarterbacks are not under contract next year at this moment. Tyler Shuck, Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, and then Jason Boston's the only one there. But I don't know what they do here. I mean, DJ Darden would be a great pick. That's a slam dunk. But they could surprise us, I guess.
yeah. Darden would be great, and I mean, I am taking Alonzo, but I think Darden was the best player available here. See what Cleveland decides. Rhodes,
All right,
Alfonso
and we
Rhodes
can also
to
double up
Cleveland.
on the Kings one since it auto picks. But so the two very interesting back to back ones.
Oh,
You wanna talk about Rhodes?
what? I'll give you the breakdown. Okay, this is I forgot it auto pick. So
Yeah.
crazy. Okay. Let me get you started here with Alfonso Rhodes, who is projected like the best player, I think, in this class early. Slid a little bit, and there's some concerns. Let me break it down for you. He is the pro comp of A. Stroud, the field general archetype. He's great under pressure with a pro level arm, and he has great short accuracy, but he's just not a great athlete, and his pocket awareness needs some work. He wows scouts with his arm talent. He has a sharp release, capable of dropping in tough throws, good floor with accuracy. consistent pro-ready throwing motion, but he lacks pocket awareness and remarkable physical traits. He just doesn't fit. Like I think his intangibles were really sought after. I just don't know if the athleticism was there for the clean number 1 overall projection. At 5, I think it's a bit of a reach, but I think you're getting a fine quarterback, and I think he can certainly develop. It's just the floor is probably a little lower than you're hoping
Yeah,
with Alfonso Rhodes, but Browns are going to get their guy here and
and that's gonna be
walk us through
very.
pick
Well,
6. Okay, I
that's.
don't get
I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with that, with their starting quarterback situation next year,
Do
because
they have Shuck still?
yeah, Tyler Shuck is still here. He's an 80 overall right now. He's 28. He's on a contract, 1 year deal left. I don't think Shador or Dylan Gabriel or Jason Boston move you from taking Alfonso Rhodes, but it's really Tyler Shuck. Um, like I wonder if they're gonna start Alfonso Rhodes right away, or they're gonna let Shuck, play for most of the year, the full year, and then Rhodes takes
Yeah,
over
this might
next
have been a
year.
developmental pick.
Yeah,
That makes
and
sense.
I think that's probably the best spot for Rose, in terms of development. I don't think he should be thrown right into the starting role. Um, I don't think he's quite ready, but I think he can definitely grow and potentially be a very good quarterback, but we'll see. But at 6, we heard the rumblings of the potential pick of quarterback here for the Kings, and they pulled the trigger. I don't think either of us agree with the pick. Not that Perry Little's a bad player, because I do think he's actually a good quarterback. I'm just, I don't know. I feel like they could have picked a better option here. I
Bigger needs here, and
I
your
mean,
quarterback room is getting more and more confusing
yes,
because
yeah, yeah,
it's
maybe they didn't sign Anthony Richardson just so they could draft Perry Little. Um, but no, I mean, like, Perry Little, I think, does give you the best ceiling of all of the quarterbacks in their
I
room, and
agree.
honestly, probably the biggest floor. Let's be real. Um, he
Yeah,
reminds
can't
me.
can't be far from Penix. And
No.
you
He
know,
reminds me a lot of Sam Darnold, which I know you say his early years weren't great, and that could be something we see a little bit, but I think he has the potential to grow. I think he's a huge frame at 6'6", 228, got a great arm, great in the pocket, and that's kind of the issue though with this fit here is he is awesome in the
the
pocket,
line is
but
is
the
bad.
line, like, Matthew Bright's awesome, but outside of that, they brought in Robert Hunt as well, who was good, but they still don't have a great line. They have really bad holes still on the line. And that's
Yeah,
where he needs a good pocket. He needs to be good in the pocket. He's got a great arm, quick throw in motion. He has great downfield accuracy. He works great in the play action game too, which I do think will actually work well with Dobbins, who has been a
oh
really
yeah,
good option there as in the run game. But he is a little anxious in the pocket, feels non-existent pressure. Sometimes he feels that and kind of hurries his progressions up faster than he should. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is his lack of mobility is going to really hurt him in this offense. Imagining, I
yeah.
figure he's going to be starting day one. But maybe it wouldn't hurt, honestly, to give Fields the starting job for a couple of weeks or so, to at least
I
get
agree.
Little
And
kind of
I
acclimated
mean,
a bit.
I like them taking quarterback. Like they need a guy. It's just gotta. I don't know. I believe you need to build the line before you take the guy.
Right.
And he's paranoid in the pocket, so that helps get the ball out. And he's not gonna take a bunch of sacks most likely, but you just don't want to put pressure on your rookie quarterback, and that just doesn't spell good things. But we'll see. Maybe Perry Little can elevate this football team. Moving on to number 7 here, Cincinnati. Yeah, I think they're in a good situation. DJ Darden has fallen right into their laps as your mock predicted. I think that would be a home run swing. Uh, because yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting this many quarterbacks. I think DJ Darden is sliding fast, and I'd be shocked if he isn't the pick here. But we will see
Yeah, I
if the
think
Bengals
that's
agree.
I think that's
Good.
very fair. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it would be a slam dunk pick if they get him. No, all
Bradley
right.
Pack. Okay.
Interesting.
Uh, okay.
It's interesting. I mean, just looking at what they need, I I don't know. We didn't note it as one of their needs. I do think he's a
He
great player
seemed
though.
good. I think
Uh,
he's very solid. What is
yeah.
Bengals going on at D tackle?
I mean, Caleb Banks is really good. Chris Jenkins is still here and decent, so I guess that's kind of why I didn't think they'd go D tackle. But I think he's definitely a better prospects than what Chris Jenkins brings. So I guess there's that. So they want to
Sure,
just
he could fill
prove
in
that.
good alongside Banks. I just thought Darden was such a home run. It's
Yeah,
not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick.
not
But
at
I guess
all.
Brett, let's we could break it down here. Let me get you Bradley Peck's profile here. Go ahead and find him real quick. Got to scroll through the doc. Apologies. Nope, I actually scrolled past D tackles. I'm a dummy. Wait, did I? Edges, right edge, linebackers. Wait, what? Where's defensive tackles? I'm blind.
Yeah, you are blind.
Pony. I'm seeing the edges. Oh, here we go. Bradley Peck. Okay. So he has the pro comp of a Quinnen Williams. Pretty good praise there.
That's
6'1",
not what that
309.
says.
Wait, what? Wait, what the hell? No, I swear to God, I just said Quinnen Williams.
You did.
What the?
You said Quentin Williams.
Did
That's
you,
not who's
did
there.
you, no. Did you switch it? No. My eyes did ask.
No,
I'm getting.
you thought you saw Wilkins and you
Going
said
crazy.
Williams, and you thought it said Quentin Williams.
Oh, maybe. All right, Christian Wilkins. This is also my pro comp, so I don't know what I'm saying. I'm all over the place right now. But he's an excellent athlete, great athlete, good pass rush, and a good floor all around. Just has availability and penalty issues. So he's a 3-down defensive tackle that lines up at nose, disrupting plays with astonishing athleticism, strong chops as a pass rusher with a good facing the promising athlete with penalty issues to clean up, injury concerns. I'm quite a big fan of Peck. I'm high on him. I think he projects cleanly for a role he since. It's just DJ Darden. Where is he going? Because he's one of my favorite players, man.
He's probably on pace to go literally any second. I think if he doesn't go Steelers, he's pretty much guaranteed a Cardinal, and that would be a slam dunk pick for either of those teams. But one of these next three picks, you'd have to assume, right? You'd have to assume.
You have to. Let's rate. See if number at the Steelers and the DJ Darden slide.
No,
they do not.
Wow.
Taj Wagner is the pick, and I thought he also was pretty good. I had him going just later. I thought D tackle was the read for the Steelers. I had him taking Peck, but of course they get Wagner now. They believe D tackle is just a bigger need than Darden. So walk us through what they're getting with Taj Wagner.
Yeah, I mean, I had them taking Bradley Peck in my mock, but I like Taj Wagner. I don't know if I would have picked him at 8. You know, he's 6'1", 296, a little smaller, undersized, but reminds you of Ed Oliver. You know, he's a very powerful rusher that moves the interior lineman with his anchor, makes up for his size with his effort. He's an excellent athlete. That is, his floor is maybe not the highest, but he has a huge ceiling there with his athletic profile. He's very smart as well. His run game is not great, though. He's not great against the run because of his size. Definitely hurts him in that regard. Definitely has some injury concerns too. Like I said, I don't know. I do think they could definitely have improved there. I think Taj Wagner fits in, will probably be good there. I'm just not sure if the value is quite there for me in my liking. Personally, where did I have Taj Wagner? I had him at pick 29. I had him as 29th best player in this class. I don't think he could end up being much better. I just don't have him that high. But at 9, Cardinals are up, and DJ Darden's still on the board. So, is this the pick? Is this where he goes?
Have to.
I mean,
have to get this guy.
That's one of their needs too. I think corner. I think he would come in and honestly start as their number 1 guy. Doesn't even matter who else.
We both went Kai Mayo, and you have an even better guy here. Like, come on, get Darden off the board now. Arizona.
Slam dunk. No. I mean, he also slid.
Wow.
Rafael Strada slid as well. I kind of forgot about him existing, to be honest with you.
True.
Although I don't understand the pick, especially because they just signed Nolan Smith, and they have Josh Sweat. I guess he's aging, but still, I mean, what's the thought there, Voodoo?
Just going. I guess they're going upside. They're going. Hey, this is this guy will outlast these guys and get a guy we believe in. But I'll walk you through what Estrada's bringing in Arizona here. Rafael Estrada out of Oregon State. I gave him the pro comp of Nick Benito. He's a good athlete with an excellent speed rush and a good array of rush moves. He plays well and beyond what we've seen products out of Oregon State University. I don't know why I just dissed Oregon State, I guess, for no reason. A very good athlete that leverages a devastating speed rush to win reps with a deep repertoire of moves on every play. Some concern defending the run, and there's also some concern with his injury. But I think you're getting an excellent speed rusher who can come in on second down, third down, and be very, very good. Like he can come out there and just pressure and get past tackles with some development, hopefully clean up the run defense. But where's Darden going? 10 here for the Bears. I mean, I know I had the Bears taking a D tackle. Get him off the board, man. This guy's so good.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears don't technically need it. I know I'm pretty sure this is where Mach 5 had him going. I don't know if it's necessarily what they need. But how could you not? How could you not take him? He's probably at least second or third best player in this class. So I feel like you have to just take him for his talent.
I agree wholeheartedly. Let's see if the Chicago Bears can finally get DJ Darden and end this slide. He does. He's finally gone.
There you
Pick
go.
10. Chicago Bears. Walk us through.
I mean,
the man that is DJ Darden.
That is the biggest steal of the draft thus far. Probably going to be in general the biggest steal. Could have went 2, could have went 3 or 4. Top 5 pick for sure. Out of Mississippi State. He's 6 foot 191, so he's not hulking size that some of the other corners in this class have, but he's very still good size. Reminds you a lot of Patrick Surtain, the second specifically. He's just a great athlete. I do think there's some better athletes in the class, but I think they don't have the elite coverage ability that Darden does. Darden is an insanely pro-ready corner coming in. Has great ball skills as well. He's honestly just as close to a perfect corner prospect as you could ask for. I know you've said Patrick Surtain. He kind of reminded me of Jalen Ramsey a lot, honestly.
It's fair.
And yeah, like he's just great in every phase. Can be left on an island, and I think they'll be ready to have him do that. And I think, you're just really concerned about injuries, which again, that happens to a lot of players in this class, but I think the injuries and you're a little bit worried about his processing a little bit. He kind of relied more on his athleticism. And
athleticism and instincts, not
not as much reading the way the play looks before the play starts or anything like that, seeing what the pre-snap looks are. But I think you can easily coach that up for him, and you're just gonna bet on his elite talents. That's an incredible pick, but this feels like a slam dunk here at 11, right? I mean, this feels like an easy Taron Robertson pick.
Maybe. It'd be awesome. I would love Taron Roberts. It could go other ways. I think this one's a little like, doesn't have to get off the board now, but I think the Broncos they could do really well with a Taron Robertson, and I think that'd be the pick. But let's see what they do at 11. They do take Taron Robertson, get the tight ends, and I love that for them. Let's break down Taron Robertson, who I believe is one of the best players in this class as well. Taron Robertson out of USC. I gave him the pro comp. You gave him the pro comp of George Kittle. He's an excellent athlete, an excellent blocker, and an excellent vertical threat. Literally does everything you want a tight end to do. Could use a quicker first step and work on getting his getting his cuts there a little bit more down the field. But he's a mismatch as a route runner and a pass catcher against linebackers. He provides strong blocking chops in line and against the run, pass, and he wins. He wins quite simple. He's slow line, does need to improve the quicker cuts. But I really do like Taron Robertson at 11. I think that is an excellent pick for Denver. And yeah, I think he'll play very well there. Now moving to the Washington Commanders, I think the board's fallen favorably for them as well. Still a good few offensive linemen on the board here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, if I were them,
yeah,
I
they're in a
would
good
I would
situation.
probably take that left tackle who is available. I think that would be the pick for me, but I don't know. Any left tackle
Yeah,
really.
Nathan Bishop would be my selection here, but I guess we'll see what the Commanders decide to do. They go Josh Guerrero,
Oh,
so they don't go tackle at
wow.
all.
Okay.
They
Wow. See, here's the thing. That in theory, based on how the board looked and how I think the rankings looked initially, is probably a big reach in a lot of people's eyes. Not mine. I had him. Honestly, I thought he was the best D tackle in the class. I thought he's better. I think he's better than Wagner. I think he's better than Peck. I love Josh Guerrero. I think he is awesome. So I'm glad I get to talk about him. I had him as my 19th best player in the class. So
there you go.
I did hold him in high regard. I don't think I would have drafted him because I'm good at D tackle, but if I needed D tackle, absolutely. Um, yeah, I think he's just awesome initially coming into the league here. Um, he's he like I said earlier, he's the biggest D tackle out of the first round projected guys, 6'3", 299. Reminds you of a Jeffrey Simmons type. He's a great athlete. And I know the other two D tackles are also great athletes, but I think what he does better, Guerrero has a higher floor coming in. He is just a great pass rusher, has that dominant penetration that you want as a dominant D tackle. But he's also good in run, in the run stuffing. Really, his biggest concerns are just his availability with injuries, stamina. How many plays are we going to see him on the field? Because he can be dominant, but is he going to be able to be on the field all 3 downs for the entire drive, or is he going to have to sub out on early downs or late downs? And also, he can be a little bit more of a penalty attractor. So sometimes that can be concerning, but I think this is a slam dunk pick. They lost Jonathan Allen, or no, that was a long time ago, wasn't that? That was he was on the Vikings, but I don't know if it's the biggest need for them. But I think this is probably the best player, one of the best players they could have taken, talent
That's
wise.
fair. I still think it is. I love the player. It's just a too big of a whiff. What the hell are you doing at tackle now? Like I
That's a
thought
great
this was
question.
such a clean. Like what? Who is it? Carter Warren? This isn't gonna work. This is not gonna work.
No,
You're doing Jaden Daniels. I love the. You just no. You have to say you have to take a tackle. But I love Guerrero. I agree. I think he is probably definitely better than Wagner, who I think is very pass oriented. Doesn't I mean he Guerrero's super well rounded D tackle, and is definitely one of the better players in this class. Uh, and I definitely could see an argument him being better than Peck, but I just need that's what are you doing at left tackle? I guess we'll see.
I
Maybe they
guess we'll
have
see.
some plans at
I mean,
post
with
draft,
how
but
the board's falling, to be fair,
uh,
they could maybe get
sure.
one in the second round. But speaking of the board falling, Colts here at 13. Board has fallen interestingly. There's really only one quarterback worth taking in the first left. So if they want him, Rashad Beasley's the pick. But I think they could absolutely go elsewhere. They could use edge. There's two really good edges still on the board. Three really. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do.
It will be, and yeah, I think edge quarterback. You could make an argument for either, but let's see what Colts do. They go Aaron Ash.
Okay.
Wow.
I
Okay.
I don't think that makes sense for them, but go ahead and talk about it, I guess.
I mean,
Uh
I like Aaron Ash as a player.
yes.
I thought Kai
Yes.
Mayo would be off the board first. This is going to be interesting. Okay, let's break this down. So find our corners here. Yeah, I thought Kai Mayo would be off the Aaron Ash. Wow. Okay, I do like Aaron Ash. Don't get me wrong. I actually quite like Aaron Ash. I give him the pro comp of Richard Sherman. I
Well,
really
yeah.
like Aaron
I
Ash.
guess you do like him.
I like him. Great coverage, good athlete and size. He's good ball skills. He okay. He's in issues with injury, stiff hips, and jumping. I feel like Sherman was a good jumper, so that's probably not a great look there, but oh well. Aaron Ash is an astute, fast reading corner that plays with range and instincts in zone and mirrors very well in man. Good athlete with quality ball skills. Stiff hips may concern in following cuts. Doesn't jump high. Injury concerns. I think he's a great corner. Like I just think he's excellent coverage all around. Like very just matches up very well. And he has good athleticism and size to pair with it. Uh, yeah. So
Yeah,
Aaron Ash to the Colts.
yeah, like I do agree. I love the player. I think he's very good. I was looking at their depth chart because they have one of the deeper groups of corners. They have Sauce Gardner, they have Travarius Ward, they have Chris Brown, who's good corner they drafted last year. They still have Emmanuel Forbes as
Yeah.
well. But I do understand it because Travarius Ward is on 1 year left on his contract. He's 32. I don't think they have much of a future with him in mind. And I think he comes in and also Emmanuel Forbes is on a 1 year deal. So, next year you're looking at Sauce, Chris Brown, and Aaron Ash. And
That could
that's
be a
a
good
great
secondary.
trio. I don't hate the
Yeah.
pick, especially in this strong of a class. Obviously, they have bigger needs, maybe, but I get the forethought, of thinking, hey, let's keep our strongest position strong and go down the kick the can down the road essentially of getting worrying about replacing corners immediately versus hey, we know we have a guy who we can develop a little
It's
bit
fair.
into being a really good corner. So yeah, needs why maybe doesn't fit the best, but I do think he's a great player and can fit well. But 14, Rams shocked us 2 years ago in the draft at 13. We're taking
Yep.
Ty Simpson, and that's worked out pretty well so far. Rams here, 14. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? They're still pretty good of anything they need on the board.
I mean, I had them taking Aaron Ash, which is funny.
Yeah,
So I think Kai Mayo could end up here. He's still on the
true.
board. I thought he would
Yeah.
be off before uh, Aaron Ash, but he wasn't. So yeah, I'm truly curious where they decide to go. They have a good football team, and they could really take a shot in a few different places. Let's see where they go.
Okay.
Andrew Wilson. Okay, so
Makes
something's going on
sense.
with Kai Mayo. He's also because
Yeah,
I
I
feel like he
mean,
should have been gone in the top 10.
I think we both agreed on Kai Mayo being in that top 10 range. I had him at 10, you had him at 8. Uh
No,
and
I
they
think
took
we both had Kai Mayo at 9, right? The Cardinals.
well, in the mocks, yes. I meant more in the top 50,
Oh,
sorry. Top
yeah,
50
yeah.
in our top 50s, yes. We had him as averaging to a 10. But no, I think he is a Andrew Wilson is also a very good corner. I'm interested with what's going on with Kai Mayo as well. Um, I had Andrew Wilson. Where did I have Andrew Wilson on my thing here? I have no idea. My eyes are not finding it, but that is okay. Um, he's good. I like Andrew Wilson. Damn, did I just like fucking completely forget where I put him? Oh well, he's in there somewhere. But I'll talk about him. I think he is a very good player. I think there's a ton of good corners in this class. Reminded you of Nate Wiggins a bit. Uh, Similar to Aaron Ash, 6'3", 198. He's a little bit lankier, so that's kind of where that Nate Wiggins comp comes from, I assume. Um, but yeah, I mean he's a good athlete, great size. He's got great coverage, great run defense. You're a little worried about him in press situations. Um, Also, again, kind of struggles with the play recognition. Um, just very good zone control for sure. Like very good zone corner. Honestly, later in his career, I think, or even now, you could say, hey, we could want you at safety, and he would be good there because I think he has uh, that potential of just that fitting that spot at free safety specifically. Um, just definitely a little concerned about his motor though as well. He doesn't always give his all. Can't always stay on the field super long. Um, so I do think he's a great player though. I think I'm just concerned on what's going on with Kai Mayo. Um,
Reports are suggesting it's a gas mask.
oh,
Uh,
I guess
yeah,
I to be fair on Kai Mayo, we do think he has a lower ceiling. So I think maybe they're betting on the higher upside guys here versus the
it's fair.
similar floor. of Kai Mayo because he comes in with some similar floors to some of these guys, but he's just not quite the ceiling. So I guess maybe that's where the issue is. But Texans at 15, what do you think they should be looking
Hmm.
at here?
Yeah, 15. I'm thinking tackle. Thinking cleaning up their line would be a good play. Could also use edge. Of course, Daniel Hunter is out of the picture, so edge would be a fine projection as well. He could also could yeah, he could go a few ways. I don't know. I Texans are in a decent situation, but I think tackle projects pretty cleanly. Edge projects cleanly. Maybe a Caesar Magana reach.
That would
Maybe.
be
I doubt
insane.
it, but
That would be insane at
yeah, it'd
15.
be a little too high probably. But
I don't know. Let's see.
yeah. Eric
Okay.
Winslow, wow.
So,
Corners are going, and Kai Mayo is out of the picture,
look,
dude.
man. Well, he's in the picture now. But, anyways, just to
Oh, he
mention,
is. Oh, I just saw. Oh, wow, I just
yeah,
saw
but
that. Oops.
I just want to
Uh,
mention this. I know we were talking about the Colts being like, oh, yeah, they're fine. They're fine for taking the corner. The Texans are in a similar spot, but they're a much more questionable pick because here's the thing: they have Kamari Lassiter and Derek Stingley, who's still very young and top tier corners. They have Jalen Petrie. He's very good, but he's also on a contract year. But you drafted Jamar Perryman last year, who is the best corner in the draft last year. You drafted him at 8. What is the thought here? What is the outlook here taking a corner in the first round again? You still have Derek Stingley for another 2 years. You still have Kamari Lassiter. I think they just extended him. Yeah, for 5 years. So what are you expecting 2 years to go by for Derek Stingley to leave? And you're set with Perryman and Lassiter and
maybe they're gonna run dime every
I get. I
four,
mean,
four
maybe,
corners.
maybe, but I'm just confused on what the thought process is. Like, I like Eric Winslow as a player. I just don't understand for the Texans why that is the spot they should go.
That's fair. Well, I'll break it down for you here. Eric Winslow, out of Alabama, man-to-man corner here. I gave him a pro comp of Marshawn Lattimore. I'm high on these corners. I gave him
Yeah,
some pretty nice pro comps here because I'm high on them. It's
absolutely.
just I wasn't expecting so many I wasn't expecting this 4 run of corners, but here we are. So he's a great athlete with good coverage skills and run defense. With he has unteachable, excellent modern athleticism paired with good coverage, and he is selfless against the run. He only has solid ball skills. Get a little too grabby on routes. Sometimes he just plays the receiver instead of playing the ball. But he stays on his guy, and he's very athletic. So there's no limitations there. Just got to coach him up a little bit, and yeah, Winslow is a good corner. But as you said, what is his plan? What is his role? Is I'm not too sure how that's gonna look for Houston, and I'm not a
Yeah,
big fan of the pick. But moving on to 16,
this is
pick
interesting.
that's probably a little bit better, I would say, than that one.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I
Kai
think
Mayo.
Kai Mayo to the Battlehawks. I mean, the fall ends here. Um, I think this is a good pick for the Battlehawks. I do think he does find an immediate role, even though they have like 10 corners on the roster. Let's be real, he is better than probably all but maybe one or two. Probably better than yeah. I mean, he's not better than DeJean, who they brought in, but you'd imagine he's probably comparable at least year one to Clark Phillips and Eric Broyles, the rookie from last year. So I don't hate it because then you have Cooper DeJean, who's more of that nickel option, and then you can either decide what if you want Eric Broyles probably playing outside, and then you have Kai Mayo also on the outside. Then Clark Phillips can be more of that dime nickel package rotational option to fill in on those heavy pass downs, right? Um, I don't think it was the biggest need for them. I do think it's a good player in a in an upgrade for sure, but I do think I'm interested to see what they do at quarterback. Are they really committed to Daniel Jones? I guess they are. I don't know.
They might.
I think they could have also improved edge, and I would have been okay with that. But let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's talk about Kai Mayo. He's 5'11", 197, which, you might say, okay, that's a bit small maybe for an outside corner for what you'd want, but I think he'd be fine out there because I think he's a good floor enough to be out there. Does have a similar comp to Asante Samuel Jr. is what you gave him. He's good athlete, good coverage. He's physical. Just can be a little handsy, smaller, maybe against some of those bigger options at receiver, and just has that low ceiling question mark of, are you really gonna see this guy be a lockdown number one, or is he always kind of be, is he gonna be that like number two, always? And that's not a
Sure.
bad thing. You can always get, if you can get a guy who's a really good number two, you'll be happy with that. Um, but you do question about that. But I don't hate the pick at all. I think it's a good pick. Slid far, but he's he's off the board. And now Titans at 17 are interesting after that four corner run. What do you think they do? What do you think they need here?
I thought right tackle would be a great clean projection for him and for this offense. Braden Smith does not take you away from getting a right tackle. You gotta get this line figured out. Make sure that Cam Ward will be nice and safe. And yeah, I like that pick for the Titans. What do you think?
I could see tight end. I know I had tight end as the pick in my mock draft, but I think tackle or tight end would be good picks. Although I could see them taking another corner to keep the run going.
Keep
Why
the run
not?
going. Let's see if it does. Nope,
Okay,
they're going Nathan
interesting.
Bishop. He actually did fall.
He
He did
did.
fall a little bit.
He did.
Um, so interesting.
So I guess he'll
Okay,
be probably
Nathan.
playing right tackle, which I guess they feel confident in his ability to move um, over there.
Fair enough. Do you want to? Actually, no. I'll talk
Let's
us
hear
through
it.
Nathan Bishop.
All you,
So you did the
buddy.
last one. Let me get you,
Oh,
Nathan.
I guess they have Rasheed Walker, who I don't think it necessarily moves you. He's 28, 2 years left on his contract. He's getting paid so much money, and he's given up 37 sacks here in Tennessee in 2 years. So, yeah,
Oof.
I think he could stick at left tackle too.
Okay. Well, Nathan Bishop is he's a big boy, 6'5". Of course, give him the pro comp of Rashawn, not Rashawn, Rashawn Schlater. You misspelled it. You misspelled it.
Hey, man,
Oh, okay.
we all make
Elite. He's an elite
mistakes.
pass blocker. We all make mistakes. Elite pass blocker with good athleticism and smarts. His only weakness is his stamina and maybe some concern with that run blocking, this anchor in the run game. But he's an utter technician in pass pro and capable of on an island against great pass rush, combined with his high smarts. So yeah, you're looking at a very good, well balanced tackle here. Just has to figure out how to do a little less blindside protecting and more space making in the run game. But I think you get a good left tackle and should certainly help Tennessee's trenches. Don't mind that pick for them
Yeah,
whatsoever. Now,
and
speaking of tackles and teams that
this
need tackles,
should be a tackle.
San Francisco needs offensive line, even if they took Caesar Magala, dude, a third round guard would fit their need. Like they need something.
They do.
Have to figure this out.
They do,
Let's
and
see if they
there's a
do it.
ton of linemen on the
Yep.
board. There's only been what? There's been Gilchrist, Alonzo, and Bishop, and that's it. There's only three guys off the board. There's still so many options that are really good picks at this point
Yeah.
here.
The world is your oyster cake. Let's see what San Fran does.
Okay,
Darius Compton. There
there
you
you go.
go.
I have no qualms with this pick at all. I'm not like the super highest on Kadarius Crompton. I don't think he's outstanding, but he's good. I had him. We had him combined as our 40th ranked prospect, but when you're considering, maybe some of the other left tackles really can't play right tackle in your offense, then you're going with probably the best right tackle available at this point
Fair.
here, and I think he's solid. Because between him and Trevor Shelby, I'm a Kadarius Crompton guy. Definitely more of a pass protector, 6'5", 305. Reminds me of Amarius Mims. He's a good athlete he's great pass blocker, so gonna keep Purdy up. Very smart. Could be stronger. Definitely could hit the weight room and build his strength a little bit more and work in the run game. The stronger he gets, hopefully that will help that along. But yeah, I think at the very least, he is going to come in and be probably your best lineman. So, which doesn't say a lot
Fair,
considering they only have 3 guys and they're all not great. But I think it's a great pick for what they need. So,
fair
A
enough.
plus pick for them. Now at 19,
Here
this
you are.
is interesting. Both those receivers are on the board. I also am seeing, man, maybe I could have played this board maybe better. I could have maybe waited, taken Beasley here, and had at 4, I could have taken either traded back or maybe I could have taken Darden at 4. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. There's also still Josh Mahoney is falling. I projected the fall and he is falling. Blunt Mixon as well. Um, I think receiver is probably the pick here. I just want to see if there's any sexy offers being thrown at me here. I'm probably guessing no. I mean, the Seahawks are the only one trading up 3 picks. Get a third next year and a seventh this year. I think I'll stick and pick just because the Raiders could be in play to take a receiver, and I'd rather have my choice between the two, even though I like them both. Um, I like I think I like Zach Lacey more, and that is going to be the pick. So I'm following true with my mock here, taking
Okay.
Zach Lacey to pair up with Andrew Cooks. He is the 10th best player in the draft. I took him at
Wow.
19.
Holy
Normal
moly.
dev. Oh, that sucks. Ramirez is probably hidden, but 97 speed, 98 acceleration, 92 agility.
Talent wise, he'll be good.
Absolutely. I
There
mean,
you
and
go.
he can go up in dev tree. He's going to be receiver 1, jumping off point immediately. And hopefully him and Cooks will have a great connection. And yeah, so that the board fell exactly how I wanted it to, honestly. Um,
Fair enough.
Sweet. But Raiders at I guess I'll talk about Lacey. You can
Talk
talk
about your
about
guy.
the
Yeah.
next pick. So yeah, Lacey. I mean, I think we've talked about it. Both receivers are very similar players. Both kind of that more deep threat, smaller speedster archetype. Um, but yeah, I think Zach Lacey kind of reminds me of a Jalen Waddle type. Um, I think he has just a better floor than Ramirez right now. He is that obviously incredible speed, incredible athleticism, has the agility to turn on a dime, a threat when he has the ball in his hands. Just concerned about the availability a little bit. Smaller frame kind of helps cause that issue. Definitely needs to work on his intermediate to short route tree. Um, and he did struggle in the All Star game. That is one thing as well to note. Um, but in the grand scheme of things, I think Zach Lacey is a good player, and I'm hoping he will bring the juice that we need at receiver. But
Fair enough.
20, the board has fallen well for the Raiders too. I think they can easily make a nice pick here.
Yeah, I think world is their oyster cake here. Could go edge, you could go linebacker,
Could
you
go
could go
receiver,
have
could go
you have options.
Ramirez,
Receivers option. Receivers definitely an option. Ramirez is here.
could go
I think it's
corner.
definitely in play.
If you want
Could
to
go corner,
continue with that fall of that run of
give back
corners,
to corners. I think there's plenty of options. Let's see what Vegas decides at 20. They
okay.
go a left tackle. Okay. Well, what do they need a left tackle? I'm just gonna check
No,
real quick.
they need a left
Oh,
guard, so
okay.
maybe O'Dowd's gonna move to guard in theory.
Yeah, or maybe they're prepping ahead of Colton Miller leaving, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Well,
He has 1 year left on his deal, and he's 32. So I guess
okay.
that also is in play.
So they're getting ready to have their next blindside tackle, staying ahead of the game, or as you said, kick down the road. Sam O'Dowd is the player. Let's walk through him. So Sam O'Dowd out of Auburn. He's a power style pass protector, pass and run protector, and he gave him the pro comp of Laramie Tunsil. He has elite strength with great power block and smarts, and he just has all-dropping strength that he utilizes to maul defenders, winning with his powerful anchor and big hands. Motor concerns, penalty concerns, and questionable dynamics against rushers that utilize faster moves. So he's got to work on his technique and get his hands on guys quicker. But he has power. Like if he gets your hands on you, he can pancake you. He can move you wherever. he wants to move you. Sam Dowd's a big guy, and I think he's a solid tackle. Definitely do well if he sharpens up his finesse game. Moving to pick 21, the New York Football Giants. I think are also in a good situation here. I like linebacker for them quite a bit, but there's some edges on the board if you if they want to continue a Randy legacy here.
You don't want to wish that upon them.
Well, maybe I do. No, they're a good football team. So let's see what the Giants decide to do.
Okay.
Donald Middleton. Okay, so
Interesting.
corner it is. Corner it is. That's definitely a much heavier first round for corners. I thought some of those guys falling to the second, but I think that's happening with the edge rush.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting their corners now. Interesting. Okay. You want to walk us through Donald Middleton?
You will.
I will.
Because it's an odd number.
Oh, okay. You want to get back on it because you did back to back.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right. Let me find him real quick. Donald Middleton out of Temple. He is a good athlete with good zone coverage, ball skills. I give him the pro comp of D'Angelo Hall. His weakness is man and press. He's smaller and has jumping issues, but he's a rangy corner with good ball instincts and athleticism. Plays zone very well. He just has a small frame, has issues getting up high, and concerns in man and press. I'm not too high on Middleton. Personally, I'm not too high on him as a player. But I think he'll have maybe a role here with the Giants. I think there was better options on the board for New York.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not as high on Donald Middleton, I think, as other analysts are. But not a bad pick at all. But 22 Seahawks. I think there's a lot of players on the board here. I think edge would be a slam dunk. Mahoney, maybe. They could take Magana, the center. I think both in play.
Absolutely. Let's see where the Seahawks decide to go with 22.
Okay.
They go Cesar Magana.
Wow. So
okay.
I was right with that. I had the insight. The Iowa product, Cesar Magana. I'm not that high on Magana. I kind of voiced my opinions on him a little bit earlier. I feel like we've seen better first round projected centers come out into the draft, and I don't think he's bad by any means. Don't get me wrong. I think he'll be a good player. I think he's just gonna have to develop for sure. Reminds me of Froholt from the Cardinals. I never know how to pronounce his first name. He's 6'4", 318. He's a good athlete. Definitely gonna be great. Pulling and going downfield on those run blocking and screen options there. He's a good power game as well. Definitely struggles against the speed rushers and has the injury concerns as well. Just really, really has to work on playing against those speed rushers for sure. But I will say, I think that'll be less of an issue considering I feel like on the interior, you're going to see a lot more of those power rushers. But I think he'll be all right. I think he'll fill in good, and he's the best center available for the Seahawks to fill a very, very big hole. So we move on to the Bills here, and I think this is again fallen pretty well for them. I think tackle is easily a spot that they can improve, and I think that's probably going to be what they take.
I think so too. Let's see if Buffalo goes blindside tackle.
And
they do. They go Charles O'Neal. So, we were both right on the position, just not the player, of course, with how the board actually fell. Will walk us through the Charles O'Neal selection. Give me a momento. Charles O'Neal. So now Ohio State left tackle here. the pro comp of Charles Cross. Good mover, some good pass protection, and he's smart. He just isn't a very good run blocker, and he's a bit weak. He's a dependable left tackle, quick out of stance with a knack for pass protection and movement in space. Occasionally finds himself flat-footed when trying to block downhill in the run game, and he is not very strong. So lacks strength, but he's very technique oriented, and he'll provide you some good pass protection as a player, and hopefully has a higher ceiling, being able to shore up his run blocking and maybe just kind of bulk up and find his anchor. But Charles O'Neal to the Bills, I think it's a solid pick for a position of need. Moving on to number 24 here, New England. What do you see coming here for New England with how this board fell?
I think edge is absolutely in play. Um, Otherwise, I honestly am not sure. I mean, maybe they could go Ramirez, possibly, but I'm not sure with how the board fell. The D tackles aren't there, so I think this might be an edge pick.
I feel the edge pick as well, but let's see if the Patriots do so.
Oh,
Nope, they're
that's
going
fair.
Josh Berry.
That
Fair enough.
is fair. I guess, Will Campbell isn't, he's not perfect by any means. So you're not committed to him. Um, and I think Josh Berry's solid. I think he's pretty good. I had him, funnily enough, did have him as a pro comp of Will Campbell is the pro
There
comp
you
there.
go.
So very similar player. He's great, very good mover, great pass protector. He's good at blocking downfield. He is just not that strong. Has the poor run blocking issues that comes along with that as well, and then stamina concerns as well. Yeah, I mean he's gonna do extremely well, especially with Drake May, who's a faster quarterback to maybe help run downfield and block. He'll be able to, pick up the blocks that are needed on maybe design QB runs, or maybe Trayvon Henderson, who's a faster back too. Um, but you're still concerned with him in the run game. He's just not the strongest guy. Um, and then just concerned with his stamina, his motor. I'm not sure how consistent he's gonna be on every down. I'll have to catch
Fair.
his breath, but I think it's a solid pick for New England. But we move on to the Chargers. The board's fallen interestingly for them. How do you kind of feel for them here?
Yeah, Chargers. I like corner here. I mean the corners have gotten thin, but I think there's guys down the board if you want to get a corner here still. I think you got Lindley here, who I think yeah, I projected Lindley here, so it would be a clean fit. Benjamin Carnage solid. You have
It's
options. So
definitely
let's
Carnegie,
see.
not or
Is that
Carnegie.
Carn? Is that not?
It's
Is it
like Carnegie.
not? It's not Carnage, really?
No, because that's why you can tell I'm a true Pittsburgh guy, because Carnegie is a Pittsburgh guy.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Okay, well let's see if Carnegie is off the
Or
board here at
Carnegie,
25.
if you wanna. Carnegie is good
Carnegie.
too.
Well, Dylan Lindley is off the board. I
All right.
finally get one right. There we go.
That's not your
Let me
first one, right, though?
oh, like in a while, like after the layups.
That's true.
So let's see here. Get my cornerback stuff here. Just gonna scroll down through like the 15 edges. Dylan Lindley. So he's a 6'3", 180 corner, a man-to-man skill set. He's all around good coverage though. I gave him pro comp of Rasul Douglas, which might be a little mean, but he's not a great athlete. Doesn't have great run defense, but like I said, good coverage, great size, and disciplined. Utilizes his great size to pair with good coverage instincts. Disciplined and versatile. In the secondary, he lacks high level athleticism, isn't great against the run, and has injury concerns. So there's just some stuff stacking against him, which is why he's sliding to 25 here. But I think he's a solid coverage player, and you're getting a good floor here with Lindley. Just concerns on where that ceiling is with his limited athletic upside. So 26 now. Baltimore is on the clock. What do you think they go with this
Yeah,
tackle slide, the corners, all?
They,
all that stuff.
I mean, they have some things on the board that they absolutely need. I mean, edge is still very much in play. Chris Anthony, who I had them projected, is here, ready for them to draft him. They could go Will. The Will linebackers are still on the board. Could go Ramirez at receiver. Could absolutely use an upgrade there. So I could see a lot of different ways for the Ravens to go here. Really solid board falling for them.
That's fair. Let's see how Baltimore does. I actually had them going Zach Lee. So maybe a Nick Ramirez here like that, but we'll see what they do at 26. They go
Okay.
Joel Wheeler. Okay.
I
I think that's the first player neither of us had in our first. I like Joel Wheeler, though.
yes.
I'm a big
I
fan.
I think, as a Sam linebacker, you kind of think he's not as high of a value player as like a Will or as a Mike, but no, I think he is very good. I think he is worth taking. Um, he's 6 foot 246 out of Georgia. Reminds you of Levante David type. Um, Great athlete, great coverage, great tackling. Obviously has some man coverage concerns, but linebackers aren't always going to be the best in that. So the availability is a big concern, and his size he's a little smaller for what you'd want as a linebacker, but for given his coverage ability, um, I think he is going to be a very good, well-rounded linebacker there in Baltimore. So I like the pick. I think it's good. They needed linebacker just in some way. They chose Joe Wheeler. I guess they prefer him over the Wills, and I think that's fair enough. He's very good.
Fair enough, indeed. I like that pick for Baltimore. Moving to 27 to Detroit's pick. Speaking of linebacker, I had them going with Christopher Farrell, the
Yeah,
Will linebacker. You also had them going Will with
I
Emmanuel
did.
Williams, which I think is very likely considering for me. Of course, I had Williams at 20. So Williams would be a
Yeah.
home runner,
They
I
could
think.
also take Edge, though. Edge is still available. Maybe
Edge,
corner.
true.
Maybe they get Carnegie. Maybe. Who knows?
That's true. I do like the value at linebacker personally, but
Yeah,
I think there
absolutely.
are quite a few ways to go for Detroit. Let's see what they do.
There it
They
is.
do go Emmanuel Williams. Good snipe. Will is the call. Get you this Emmanuel. Do we have a? Yeah, we did. We do have one for him. Yeah. So 5'11", 222 pass coverage style backer. I gave him the comp of Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa. He's a great coverage player with great range and a good athlete. Just has to clean up his playing against the run. Stamina has some concerns, and his size is a bit of a concern as well. Under 6 foot, he covers plenty of space though. Covers space midfield with his great zone instincts as a rangy off-ball defender. Athleticism is sound and reliable, but run defense is not his strong suit, and he lacks size as a linebacker. But I mean, 5'11" is playable if you're good enough. We're on the shorter side of where you'd want a backer to be. But I think he has enough athleticism and coverage skills and instinct and range to make up for that.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great pick for Detroit.
Yeah, I think he
I think they're getting
also,
an
I
awesome
think he
player
pairs really well with Jack Campbell because they're very different
for
builds,
sure.
and I think Jack Campbell can be more of that, downfield,
He's a
short run
thumper.
defense or
Yeah,
defense guy, and then Emmanuel Williams can be more of that off-ball coverage, taking away the tight ends, running back routes, short zone spots. So yeah, I think he'll be awesome there, especially because they needed a linebacker. But moving here to 28 to the other Dallas, the Cowboys, who have done a really good job this offseason filling a lot of holes, brought in Joe Alt, among other players, but they did lose Dak Prescott. Quarterback could be in play here. Rashad Beasley has fallen further, um, and he's still here. I think he would be a slam dunk pick for them. I don't think Anthony Richardson stops you from taking a quarterback. Um,
yeah,
I know I had them taking corner, and I think they still could, but the corners have flown off the board. Linebacker could still be in play. They could use either of the Mikes. You got Christopher Farrell still on the board as well. But how do you not take Rashad Beasley here. I mean, he's fallen, and
I
I
like
think
Beasley.
he's good. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah, I thought Perry Little would fall to
Yeah.
them, but he's not there. But I think Beasley also a good player and 28, big need. Go get your guy. Let's see if Dallas does that.
Wow. Yeah,
Yes, they
that's
do.
great pick. I love that for them. Honestly, I liked Beasley. I think more than I think other quarterbacks. To be honest, not mine or yours, but no, I thought Beasley for me was my 17th player in the class, which put him, I believe, as the third quarterback in this one. I
That's
really,
fair.
I really, really liked him. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
So once I scroll up far enough.
He's my 17 as well. We have him in the
Oh,
exact same spot.
nice. Nice. Well, yeah, we both feel pretty similarly there, and I think this is a good value pick for sure. Um, he's huge quarterback, which obviously gives you a lot of hope there. 6'6", 220, 233. He's a big guy. He's 23, so on the older side. Does remind me a bit of a Philip Rivers. Has a great arm, great deep ball, great under pressure. He is a poor athlete, unfortunately. He can't really extend plays, has the accuracy concerns underneath, but I mean, he has a cannon of an arm, and I think truly he will deliver those passes so quickly and accurately, especially in those in the middle to deep areas of the field, which I think you got George Pickens, who's really awesome in those areas, and also even CD Lamb as well. Could pair really well there and playing under pressure. I don't know if he'll have to very much because of the O line they've built with Joe Alt, especially coming in there. Um, so I mean, I don't know if they start him right away or not over Anthony Richardson, but I think Beasley can easily or rhyme intended, uh, come in and be really solid. So I think that's a great pick. But
Sleep Beasley.
yeah, 29, and I think my pick might come true here, of the Packers running up to the podium and slamming down the card that says Mahoney on it. I
That'd
think
be. I mean, that's
this
a
is the pick.
crazy run, and I think really it's in line. 'Cause I did
Yeah.
not expect Edge to go
No,
this crazy. I thought Aaron Ash would be on the board. I was very wrong.
yeah,
Uh,
I honestly did think that yeah, I thought I was kind of over what's the word? What am I looking for? I think I was over expecting the rushers to drop further than I did. But I guess I'm right, honestly, because they've fallen pretty much exactly how I expected. Just maybe more with Rafael Estrada falling to 9. I didn't expect that to happen, and we haven't seen an edge go off the board since. So that is very crazy considering it's a good edge class. There's still really good players, and there's going to be
yeah,
some
it's
good edges
these
for those teams at the
corners.
top.
We're just looking their chops at these corners and these tackles. There
Yeah.
just wasn't. Yeah, no, I think Edge. I mean, if you get this Edge right, a snipe. That's a snipe. I did not think Mahoney was. Ah, man, it'd be an awesome pick, and I'd feel good if I were you with that whole projection. Let's see if 29 is the Mahoney pick, and they slam the podium and do the Roger Goodell punching or whatever you said they were gonna.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There it is.
Wow.
What a
Damn.
snipe.
That is crazy.
What a snipe.
Okay.
Go ahead and talk about him. Let me sit back and relax. My feet up
Yeah,
after
sit
that.
back, relax with
And
your
feed me
yeah, with
grapes. Feed me grapes, child.
your grapes. Oh, whoa. I don't know about that.
Well, you are a child compared to me.
I'm not a child. I'm a grown man.
Are you?
21-year-old. What does that mean? We're
All
gonna
right,
get
it's fine.
canceled.
No,
Age
no.
21, 261. He's 6'3". Pro comp of Brian Burns. Uh, yeah, I think he's an awesome speed rusher, great athlete. He's smart. The game I think said he was round 1 to 2 talent. I just don't agree. I think he's actually really good. He's a great athlete. With just some run defense issues, got to wrap up tackles a little better, but he's a pass rushing savant with an arsenal of quickness and versatility, uses his off the charts athleticism and burst to get by tackles with sound ball IQ. Lacks a good anchor facing the run, and he needs to wrap up his tackles better. But I mean, just when you have great rush and great like athleticism, it's just a home run for me. Like that is like the
Yeah,
perfect edge archetype. You can lack the run defense, in my opinion, if you make up for it with athleticism and pass rush upside, and he does. So 29 is in my opinion, a steal for Mahoney.
absolutely. Yeah,
Um,
I agree. And looking at our top 50s, I had him at 6, you had him at 7. So
nice.
fun there, but also just yeah, it's a top 10 player in our opinion, falling to 29, and they were a Super Bowl contender. Obviously they lost a lot of pieces, and Rashawn Gary especially, and I think this is him and Micah Parsons is my worst nightmare as I saw the wrath that they took on my O
Yeah.
line in the playoffs. But moving
Thought
to
Rashawn Gary was bad. I
yeah,
don't know.
but speaking of Mahoney, we're talking about Mahomes here at 30 with the Chiefs, and I think this is just like we don't even have to talk much about this one. This feels very obvious. This feels like this is Tobin. I don't
Give
see them
us
going anywhere
Tobin.
else.
Give us Tobin.
There it is.
Brian Tobin. Yeah.
That was probably
Oh
the
yeah.
worst kept secret of the draft that they loved Tobin. And no one was really going to take him because it's like, hey, man, I mean, outside of Denver, really liking Teron Robertson, who I think probably a better player, tight end hasn't been on the board for anyone really. So, yeah, he's a very, very good player. Definitely not the best blocker, but it kind of reminds you of like a bit of a Dalton Kincaid. He's more of that receiving threat. He's a big body though, 6'6", 247, 22 years old. Yeah, he's a great athlete, has elite hands, and I say elite, uh, as in like very, 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 very good. He catches everything pretty much, and that blending with his athletic profile to break open against his linebackers, and safeties, he is just gonna be a really good option for Mahomes. Fills in perfectly for where Kelsey kind of left off. We're gonna ignore the Noah Gray down years there, and he's a solid route runner. Definitely can improve his route tree a bit, but um, I think overall as a receiving weapon, he is awesome. Just not going to be super excited about his blocking or his, and you're concerned about his injury, his availability concerns you a bit, but I think regardless, he is a really good player. So Iowa tight ends, they
Fair.
work out usually, and here's an Iowa tight end. But 31,
All
I
right.
mean, I think the board's fallen really well for the Eagles to take maybe my other really hot take pick. What do you think,
I
Nick
mean I love
Barron?
Nick Barron. I'd love if he got that. 'Cause I went Jared Montgomery. I'm not high on him. I just think they need edge. Now they need an even better edge here. They have many options. I mean Nick Barron again. This is a snipe. I didn't predict the edge slide. Maybe I should have. Because there is good talent in this class. Just I wasn't expecting so many corners and tackles to go off the board. I definitely underestimated the appetite for offensive line and corner. So we'll see if you yet again snipe the NFL and you are in Roger Goodell's head. Yes,
Bang.
you are. Nick Barron is the pick. That's crazy. You're on a
Oh,
money
I'm
roll
on
right now.
fire. I'm on fire, voodoo.
On fire. They're on fire. I'm gonna talk about Nick Barron then, who I like Nick Barron quite a bit, and I think they are getting again great value. I have him as a clean round one talent, not round 1 to 2, clean round one talent projection. I gave him the pro comp of Von Miller, with great speed rush, great tackling. He's a good athlete. Doesn't have great block shed against running or the running, all that good stuff. Once you get your hands on him, but good luck getting your hands on him. He's a high profile speed rusher that can outmaneuver tackles and work his way into the backfield. He wraps up his tackles efficiently and urgently with good athleticism. If tackles get good hands on him, he doesn't shed quite as well, but he relies on that speed and quickness to win reps. I think it's a great projection here, and yeah, I love just great speed rush. He also wraps up his tackles really well. I think makes up for the not like amazing athleticism. Good athlete, but not amazing off the charts. I think being able to wrap up tackles makes up for that. So Nick Barron, I think Howie Roseman's gotten another steal here at 31, and I think he's very happy with himself as we move on to the final pick of the first, which is Jacksonville.
Yeah, and I think they have a ton of possibilities here. I mean, they don't really have a ton of needs. I think your pick might be right here in Chris Anthony at 32. I had Josh Guerrero, and he's been gone since 12. So I don't know if there's any D tackles we're taking here, and I think absolutely right guard could be the pick here and would be a really nice pick for them to fill out that O line.
Let's see.
There it is,
There
Chris
we go,
Anthony.
Chris Anthony. Getting
Yeah,
a couple of
it's
wins here.
yeah, and
Good talk us about Chris Anthony.
yeah, and that's it's a good pick. I mean, he's a guy who wasn't on my radar honestly until I saw him in the mock drafts a bit. And I looked at him, I was like, okay, you know what? He's got some juice. 6'4", 317 out of Clemson. He's 23, more of an agile blocker. Reminds me of Sam Cosmi. He's a good athlete, a good speed blocker. He's great downfield. So, you know, that you ask him to go out on screens or go on pulling to the other side of the line, he is going to be good in that regard. Definitely struggles against the power rushers and with his stamina, keeping the high level of play up. But yeah, I think he absolutely is just a well-rounded athlete to be able to have a really high ceiling here in Jacksonville, and they like their
Fair.
Clemson guys. You know, they had Trevor Lawrence, Travis Achan, and they continue that. But we will not really talk about any of these other players as in depth here as we are in round 2. But I will say, for you at pick 33, you have to be licking your chops here, with some players on the board still,
There are some good players on this board.
especially at positions that I feel like he didn't necessarily make the biggest improvements on. But that's just my opinion.
Between I really I this is really difficult. What do you think I'd go here?
I can't say. I'm gonna let you do
You
it.
can't say.
I'll tell you
You have
after.
no clue.
No, I know. I
Oh,
know.
okay.
I have feelings of what you're gonna do.
I don't think you do. It'd be a snipe if you did. I would honestly say you
I
snipe me
I guess
because
probably not then if you're making it more of that. I mean, although maybe you're taking a tight end here, and I'm just not thinking about
I was really tempted, but I
it.
was tempted on that, and I was tempted on edge,
That was what
edge.
I was thinking. Edge was what I was thinking.
There's one player that I'm seeing on my board.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can let him pass up. I don't think I can. And that is a round 1 talent, 2 to 3 projection corner out
I
of
knew it.
Arkansas, Kadeem
Uh,
Nixon.
oh, never mind. Did
And
not
he is
know
a
he was
ranked
that good.
9 in true value. He's
Wow.
normal dev, but he had 9 true value. He's a great athlete. After the corner debacle there with me trading my guy, I saw him as just a clean round 1 projection, and I had to take him. So
Fair
yeah,
enough.
Mock didn't get my edge,
No,
but
that's very fair, and I'm a little shocked by that because I thought you were gonna go with a different guy who I see as a round 1 with the projection of 2 to 3. Um, and before you do anything, because I am kind of interested in maybe moving up here with the Dolphins are probably taking a quarterback, maybe Sim 1 pick.
sure. Sim 1 pick. They go
Okay,
Jonathan Gutierrez,
not I
tight
thought they were
end.
gonna take quarterback, but I might trade up here with. Well, let me look here. I think there's 2 corners I'm curious in right now. I could also get Ramirez and just go fucking ham on those guys. I mean, yeah, he looks pretty good too, honestly. He's not bad, but I like you. I like you. Um, yeah, I'm gonna see what I'm looking at here with the Jets to trade up from 51 because I do think corner is a position. Oh, if they're not going to be able to make this happen with any players, so that's going to be fun. Um, how does so from 51 to 35, I'd be giving up my third round pick, that's pick 83, and then the earlier of my 2/5, 148.
Sure, that sounds good.
Let's see if that works. And it is accepted.
There you go.
So I trade all the way up here. I'm taking a quarterback now. I'm taking a cornerback here. Um, although I actually really, really like Jared Stalker. I think he's my
I
favorite
do
edge
too.
in the class, actually. Like,
Really, in the class?
yes,
He's
genuinely.
good.
He has A power
Okay,
moves. He has B block shedding, A tackling. He's good,
I like him a lot. I was heavily considering him at
but
33. That'd be a good pick.
no, I don't need it. I like Braswell. No, I'm taking corner. Although I could take Ramirez. No, I'm taking Benjamin Carnegie or Carnegie.
Yeah.
He is also a round one talent. He is awesome. He looks great. He's a really solid athlete. Great coverage corner all around, and he is ranked 13th in true value. So pretty good. Hidden
Go.
dev as well.
No,
94
that's
speed.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's better. You get the hidden. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So
All
yeah,
right.
I'm very pleased with that. Pick. My corner room is very interesting.
Okay, I'm not gonna go too slow with these picks, but I'm gonna I'm also want to jump up.
Yeah.
I need to make a deal happen.
Who the hell
So
is
tackle
Brennan
off the board.
Haynes?
I have no clue. I've never seen him
He's
in
gotta
my
be
entire life.
he's probably better than Vildor or whatever his name is.
Russ Thurman's off the board. There you go. Okay.
The tight end.
Yeah,
Okay,
interesting.
interesting.
Dante Franklin, I liked him quite a bit at center.
I did not
He's
look
a
at
really
him
good
at all.
center. Cleveland. No, I got a lot of idea of him.
Zach.
Yeah,
Oh,
corners now off the
he
board
was
there.
good too. He had a second round talent. He was one of my private workouts. He's a really good zone corner.
There you go.
Oh,
Nick Ramirez to
okay,
the
feel it.
Steelers.
Nice.
There
That's
you go.
fun. It's very fun.
Edge is kind of sliding a bit
It
here.
is.
Wow,
It does.
Alvarez off the board.
Alvarez. That's a good pick. They really stacked up their linebackers.
That is indeed a good pick. Just kind of keep this train moving.
Okay.
Matthew Russell. Didn't
Sure.
know about him,
No, I mean,
but
based
there
on
you
what I see
go.
there, he looks pretty solid.
He looks pretty solid indeed. Trevor
Oh,
Shelby is off the board
there he
now. 43.
goes. He's butt.
Sounds like a Bronco pick. Trevor
Does.
Shelby makes sense.
Jermichael
Jamichael
Cooks.
Cooks.
They finally get their left
There you
tackle.
go.
That's not bad.
Hey,
Less of a bad pick from. You're happy with that.
absolutely.
Oh,
Jaden Dowling.
that's a terrible pick.
Colts. I'm not sure what you're doing there.
They literally have Jonah Coleman is a backup.
Don't they? Yeah, they already have Jonathan
JT.
Taylor.
He's older, but like Jonah Coleman, he's just been on the trade block forever. But I guess you're getting younger. I don't know. Colts have had a weird draft.
Carson Noel at left tackle. Where are these edges going? This is a
They're
slide.
sliding very far here.
Kyle Mason, Bernie Calhoun.
There's the
They're going the quarterback.
Hold on.
Okay.
My Madden is just like, fuck you, right now.
Oh, that's
it
great.
says, well, mainly just with the draft. It just says, hey, you can't see it. It's black now.
Yeah. Go I think go to your GM office. Go out. There's a way to
Yeah.
fix it. I think. I can stream it worst case if you need to see
there
the
we go.
board.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Bernie. I liked Bernie Calhoun as a prospect, like as a very raw project. And I guess
I think
behind
at 48
Daniel
he's
Jones,
good.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
behind Daniel Jones is interesting. Kyle Candidate, I like a lot though. He was actually a guy I was considering taking first round before I knew his true value. Oh,
Jared
man.
Stalker, he's really good, but ultimately,
if he fell further, I was considering maybe working out a deal getting Chris Braswell out of here. But yeah, he's
wow.
awesome. I like him a lot.
Cam Gilmore to the Niners.
Yeah, he has a spot.
CMC.
Yeah, because Jordan James or whatever his name is, or is the only running back there.
Kyle Candidate's a Jet.
Okay, guys, be behind Bryce Young. So there you go. That's an interesting one.
There you go. Lamont Mixon off the board.
Coming off the board here, video.
I don't have an early third. I traded it.
Maybe one of
It's
those.
gonna be hard to move up.
There goes Lindholm.
Yeah. Lindholm off the board.
Gonzalez.
Marcos Gonzalez.
Oh, there goes
Jarrett
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
The edges are coming off the board here.
I
They do.
Is there a way I could get a trade done? It's gonna take some. It would take some work. I need to get a little farther. I need to get a little farther. There's a guy I want, and he needs to go a
Oh,
little
there goes
farther.
Ingram.
Ingram, that's fine. That's fine.
So you really
Keep
like Ramon
going.
Martinez?
No, wasn't him.
Okay, well he's
But
gone.
now I need to really think about.
Do you trade up? They're a team
Can
that
I get
needs
away?
edge too.
I can maybe get away with.
Is that what you're taking? Are you looking at edge? Or are you
I'm
looking
looking at
at?
edge.
Okay, I was gonna say because Pharrell is there. Are you big
Can
Dylan Hearns guy?
can I get away with one more sim? There's one guy I want. I just hope no. I think the Ravens snipe him. Please don't snipe him, Baltimore. I'm gonna sim one more pick.
Okay,
Yes.
I
Okay.
like that pick for
Okay.
them a lot though. Christian
That's a great
Pharrell's
pick for them,
their
though. That is a great
linebackers are
pick.
insane now.
Can I get a deal done with Detroit? I'd have to. Okay.
They
I have to
also
get
need
some
an
work
edge.
done here. Okay. Well,
So
fuck you, Detroit. Take my picks. I don't know. Okay.
I'm
Hold on.
very interested in who you're looking at because I have not looked at edges very much.
I've looked extensively at edge rushers. Trade finder. Here we go. All right, Detroit.
TJ
What do you
Leonard.
got?
You big TJ Leonard
Oh,
guy?
they have no cap space. They're
If
gonna
you
fuck me. They don't have any
if
cap
you
space.
own, you have to only do picks then. If it's with
Okay, can I even trade picks?
yes,
Is it gonna? Okay.
yes, because I traded with the Jets were also negative, but you can't.
Okay,
Have
maybe
any
if I give
players.
them. All right. How
Or if
does
you take a player from them, that's money.
92, 105? All right. How does this sound? Pick 92, pick 105 in the fourth, and a third round next year for 59. Is that not enough, or is that? How does that sound?
Okay, you said
So the
yes.
28 pick in the third round, my third rounder next year, and my fourth round early pick. That's going to be like right at the top of the fourth
I'd say
for the
that
59.
I'd say that is reasonable. Yeah,
It's reasonable. Let's see if
they take
Detroit agrees. They do.
Okay.
So they get a haul, they get their picks, and I get my guy. He's sliding no further. Well, maybe not sliding, but a round 1 to 2 talent. The last one that I see in this in edge at all, out of Texas A&M, TJ Leonard.
Okay.
Welcome to Birmingham. Needed edge.
He's
hidden dev, 91 strength.
He's very slow, isn't he?
Power rusher. He is. But, he's 71 speed, but he's
a
big guy.
Do you run a 4.3? I forget.
3.4. 3.4. Gonna be interesting, but he's a good athlete. He's a good athlete.
That's fair. I didn't have him on my board at all.
Okay, are we ready to sim to user picks, or do you want to?
Yeah, might as well.
Sure, let's get to it.
All right, I am up here.
Jordan
Jordan Ross, third round pick. Marcus Ballantyne fell to the third. Tony Pierman fell to the third.
Wow.
Fair. I think the safeties were definitely third round at best.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ballantyne, I feel like is better than that. Now this is where the draft really starts. There's some tight end. Vernon Clemens fell. I had him in the first round to the Titans, man. he is still here.
Hey, Vernon and Rivera's not bad.
Yeah, he's definitely more of a realistic option here, though. I haven't really thought about too much of what I want here. I obviously got my quarterback, I got my receiver, and I got my corner. So I mean, this guy's pretty close to leaving the board, and he's probably a good pick. Let me see what offers are thrown around on my table here. Okay, the Colts looking to trade up. Except the only one with the third round pick. The Giants would not be as close. Colts are looking to trade up from 77. I think based on my needs, I'm not really. I don't think I need to trade back. I think I'm going to stick and pick. And I am going to take guard out of Virginia, Manny Cano. He's a round 2 to 3 talent. He's ranked 60 in true talent. He's picked him at 68. He's hidden
Bud.
dev. Um,
Bud.
so yeah, I'll take it. Definitely a decent guy to maybe take over for Cody Mock. And
It's
fourth round,
fair.
top of the fourth.
Here we go. I'm not picking until the 6th round after
That's
I realize.
fair.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
gonna be rough. Here we go though. I had some guys. Okay, all but one are now off board, I think. And do I have a couple guys here? Okay. Um. Eh, now we're not in a great situation. Uh. Yeah, the tight ends are gone. It's like, what do you do here? Got your quarterback. Yeah, no, the talent's definitely. I mean, it's 4th round. What do you expect in the 4th? But
Yeah.
there's got to be some guys here. But I think maybe trading back might be a good idea because I'm thin on picks.
It's fair.
Maybe see if I get an offer. Let's see. I wouldn't mind some capital. I can get next year a 3rd and a 7th. Oh wait, at 2029 Steelers. I could get. Ooh, wait. Yeah, I like this pick from the Commanders. So they're going to trade up to the top of the. Let me hold on. Okay, no, let's do this deal with the Raiders. No, no, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Bro is indecisive.
Okay,
It's
okay,
okay.
okay. I think I like this one here. Trading my first pick in the 4th, and next year I get a 3rd and a 5th from New England. I like this. I like this here. 3rd and a 5th. They get this 4th right now. They can get the guy they want. Get some capital for next year, and that will be that. We skip to the next user pick. There you go. Same one with the quarterbacks. They traded up to get a quarterback. They traded up for Isaac
Who was
Anthony.
it? Wait,
Wow.
the Patriot or the?
Patriots.
Huh. Okay. He's an undrafted player, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. I think he was UDFA.
Nice.
Did you see a receiver go to the Kings and you see a running back go to the Battlehawks, who actually will probably get some play time. Pick 115. What do I want to do here? I don't know. There's some like it's tough because I don't need D tackle like at all, but there's D tackles that I like.
Fair.
So it's hard not to look to improve there continuously. How far is this one guy I'm looking at? I think he is way too far down the board for me to take him here. Yes, he's a UDFA. Okay, cool. I also
Cute.
don't mind you. You're neat. This is a tough little situation I find myself in here. Okay, that guy sucks. Yeah, huh. I mean, I don't really need to draft a running back that badly. This feels like just like an O-line pick or something here. O-line. Maybe. Corner. Again, double dip. He's stinky. He's stinky. He's not very good. I like this guy. Yeah, I think I might go him. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, he's not bad. I hate it. Could go there. Oh, I like. Oh, wow. Okay. Wait a minute. Who are you? Why did I not look at you at all? Oh, yeah. You look awesome. Okay. Welcome another D tackle into the group. Howie Gallagher. He looks interesting. He's 67th. Nice. In true talent.
Nice.
Hidden dev, 90 strength, 75 speed. Yeah, A finesse move, C block shed, and power move, B tackling. I didn't even have him on my little list here. That's crazy to me. All right,
Okay.
back to me. Um,
On the black screen of doom.
nice.
Uh,
Oh man, that corner went that I wanted.
how did you fix your black screen of
I
doom?
went to GM office roster, team roster, whatever. Are any of the corners I wanted on the board still? No, he's gone. He's still there, and then he's still there. Why did I like this guy? Yeah, for UDFA, he's fine, I guess. And then for you, you're day 3, really good athlete. Okay. Looking to improve at edge. Depth. I. You don't look terrible. You're not great though. I mean, tight ends. Oh wow, yeah. There's like nothing here. They're all gone. Horrific. Yeah, receivers also kind of stripped and terrible. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be maybe going O-line. O-line, are you the pick for me? Okay, this guy's still on the board. I kind of liked him. Uh, sorry for taking so
Good.
long to pick here, but I like these two. Ooh, why did I like him? He's not a good athlete at all. I'll take this guy, Matthias Gomez out of FAU, right tackle, very good athlete. He's
Okay.
not a good player though. He's 288. He does have a hidden dev, but he is a project among
Oh,
all projects.
fair enough. And I mean to resume draft. Here we go. All right. Project of projects.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I'm picking here
top of the
in the
6th.
6th. And let me see if some of these guys are on the. Okay. This guy is. I'm going to take him. So I'm going to go ahead and take Taylor Lobato, the will linebacker out of Ohio State. He is ranked 250, 353 in true value, but hidden dev,
Okay, he's a
86.
bigger project of project.
He is a project, but he's A zone coverage, B tackle. He's fast. I was like, yeah,
Alright.
sure.
Huge
Oh,
project
here we
though.
go. This is
There you go.
fixed. Next user pick 179.
Okay, 179. Still some interesting prospects on the board. Nothing super crazy though. Ooh. Are my corners gone? There's the UDFA. He's interesting. There's no more draftable linebackers apparently. So there's that. Uh, let's see. I guess I'll look at the line again. Oh wow, they really tore the O line to shreds here. So maybe I'm looking at edge backups. This one. I think that is going to be what I do here. And I honestly don't think this guy's terrible. That's why I'm taking him. He's not good. Dante Stevenson out of TCU, edge rusher. Uh, More of just pass rusher only, but okay athlete. He's 285 in true talent, normal dev, but yeah, he's just a depth option. That's fine. Next pick, please.
Oh, yeah, let's get it.
Going to the 7th round, and it's you with your last pick. I have 2 picks in this.
Final selection. The final countdown. Da, 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 da.
Don't sing too much,
And
or we'll get copywritten.
oh, you're right. Uh-oh. Be careful. There's one tackle here. No, I'm good. I think I'm good on that. Uh, uh, no. I think this guy favorited from a while ago. I'm gonna take him.
Sure.
Wide receiver, Artavius Watkins. He ran the fastest
Oh, I
40.
looked at him because of that too.
So let's see. He's ranked 191 in
That's
true
not
value, and I
bad.
got him at 193.
Uh,
So there you go. I
take
got
that.
equivalent value,
Hey, that's all you
and
can ask for sometimes.
all you can ask for. All right, you're up.
All right. Two more picks left for me. Let's see, is anyone on my board still here? Possibly. A receivers, you did take Artavius Watkins, who was like the last guy I think I wanted at receiver, which is fine because I don't really need it. But um, yeah, no, these guys are kind of all terrible. Running backs. Apparently, this guy is the top running back on my day 3 board. He's not good, but uh, I might take him. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Is that corner gone? Although he is a UFA. That's not him. What was his name? Shoot. Simmons. He's still here. I don't think he's going to get drafted. I'm not that worried about that. And D tackle again. Why not? Just looking in here and see if there's any guys. Never can have enough D tackles, Voodoo.
True. The tackles are where it's at.
That's true. Um, there's this one guy I was looking at who's kind of, yeah, this guy. I'm gonna take him because he's just an athletic monster. He's 6'4", 356. Ran a 4.83 at his combine, and he did 40 reps, 42 reps on his college pro day. He's D tackle, but he's just a freak of nature. He's
Cole Good.
61st in true talent.
Wow.
Hidden dev, 95 strength, 76 speed. Wow. He had B, power moves, B, finesse moves, C, block shedding.
There you
My
go.
fucking
Cole
D
Good is
tackles are
good.
so fucking good. Oh, I'm so set. No more Zach Pickens on this team. He's getting cut. Sorry, buddy. All right, and then is that running back still there? Nope. Okay, well my best running back is gone. That's fine. I don't think I care about any of these running backs. Am I double dipping, triple dipping at tackle or D tackle? I don't think so. I'll just take that corner if he's here. Fuck. Someone took him. Who took him? Fucking Broncos. God damn you. Goddamn Broncos. Well, I guess don't be stupid. Don't take a long snapper. I'm gonna take, I guess,
A long snapper.
another D tackle, maybe. I don't know. I could go another D tackle. This guy kind of looked good. Sure. Josh Fernandez out of Louisville. 6'4", 360. Just getting the big body guys in here. He's ranked 44th in true talent. Normal
Dude, these late
dev.
round tackles need to be stopped,
Oh
bro.
my
These
god.
late round tackles.
I just did what you did last year. Just drafting the
Fair enough.
tackles down the board.
Just draft your starting D tackles and late in the draft.
I have 5 starting D tackles now. I'm just gonna have 5 down linemen, and it's all D tackles. Screw Nick.
There you go. Okay. Let's see.
All right. Let's start with the other teams. You want to start with
Yeah.
Battlehawks, Kings. We'll
Uh,
start. I'll go. We'll do the Kings first. We'll go to Kings.
let's do it.
So Kings draft, very interesting. Perry Little is a good quarterback. 76 overall. Normal dev is concerning, but I think he's good. He's good. Got a good arm and all that jazz. This one's very interesting because I don't think we looked at this guy. Russ Thurman is an 80 overall.
Oh,
He cannot run block, but he is a great receiving weapon. Wow, that should surely help their receiving weapons there. And then they also got Brad Ulbrich, who was on the board whenever I was picking, and I didn't take him. I didn't need him. 74 overall free safety, good zone guy, some solid run defense. They also took the receiver Benji Knighton, 71 overall, 6'3". He's decent. And then the rest of the draft kind of not great, but honestly, those first 4 picks are pretty dang solid. Not too bad. Not too bad. You want to talk about the Battlehawks?
yeah. Let's talk about that. I'll just make some adjustments, which we'll get to. But the St. Louis Battlehawks. Let me get up to them. And yeah, St. Louis gets their quarter Kai Mayo. He's solid, 75 overall. Normal dev. Yeah, we talked about the maybe questionable ceiling, and I think that adds to it, but not bad. Bernie Calhoun, 71 overall. Definitely gonna develop behind Daniel Jones. And the third, they got Troy Eaton, the Mike linebacker, also normal dev, but not bad overall. And down the board, actually, Colin Keenan, 70 overall, here in the fifth. And they also got Justin Carroll, the D tackle, in the sixth. So yeah, not a great draft for them, honestly. Not great. Got some guys, but not great. Not great, I would say. I think it's pretty. I guess we'll have to see what the rest of the drafts look like to really the rest of the draft looks like. See truly, but
Yeah.
let's talk
I
about
think it's fair.
your defending
Yeah.
champion
UFD champion.
draft here.
Yeah, I think it was a very good, very, very, very good draft. Started hot, had a dip there in the 5th and 6th round, but then lit it up in the 7th round. Andrew Cook, 75 overall coming in. Not too much lower than Kyler, but yeah, he looks really good. 88 short accuracy coming into the league is awesome.
Nice.
81 injuries, not the worst. Yeah, no, he looks very good. Zach Lacey, though, 78 overall. He does have that normal dev, but he is already competing for that number 1 overall spot there for receiver. Does look pretty solid. And then Benjamin Carnegie is a 77 overall. Very well rounded. Can't tackle for shit, but he's a great athlete. Manny Cano, 73 overall. Guard, great pass blocker, cannot run block at all. Hidden dev for him. Howie Gallagher in the 4th, hidden D tackle. Yeah, he just looks pretty good. Just pretty good, well rounded. Matthias Gomez, 64 overall right tackle. Yeah, he's not good, but he could be. Could progress to something. Dante Stevenson, the edge rusher, definitely just the worst pick, but he's purely a depth option. Good, okay pass rusher. Can't run defend for shit. But Cole Good is super strong. He's a immovable force at D tackle. And then Josh Fernandez is the immovable object at 360.
Oh.
Those two combined for over 700 pounds. Insanely big dudes. Just gonna get a big rotation there of D tackles, but I love my draft for what it was. I got my big 3 needs there at the top, and filled in the trenches there in the last rounds there. But let's move over to your Stallions.
So yeah, my Stallions. I didn't draft much. Obviously, I had traded up. I already had limited capital going in. Traded up to get TJ Leonard in the 2nd, and then traded away my 4th to get more picks next year. So it was a short class, but I'm glad with. I mean, Colbert was the big guy. He was the
Yeah.
big one.
He was a
He
good
looks
one.
pretty good, 77 overall.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of promise and potential, and he's probably like 10 overall, almost 10 overall better than what we would have had starting.
Yeah.
Kadeem Hickson at the top of the second. Normal dev, not amazing, but he's 78 overall, so I think he's a good floor player and can't be too upset about that. TJ Leonard's hidden dev, and I think he should be a pretty solid edge. Hopefully, we can develop him. Taylor Lobato, hidden dev, but not great overall. So
Mm-mm.
developmental piece, and not too mad about Artavius Watkins. Probably just a depth player, maybe a
Return
special
man.
teamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a special teamer. Yeah, but I'm content with my draft. I think you had the best one, just with all their picks and the
Yeah.
value you got. But I'm not upset with my class whatsoever.
Yeah.
We
Not bad
got the
class.
things we needed for agency we definitely went heavier in free agency.
Yeah.
And that's what we needed to do. But let's see the rest of the
Wow.
class here.
Brian Tobin and Jonathan Gutierrez are both 82 overall, top of the
These
draft.
tight ends, dude. Oh, see a Tobin. Oh, so Tobin really was like
I'm
back there.
shocked about Gutierrez. Like I thought he was good, but I didn't think he was that good. Damn.
Yeah, no, dude. Dolphins went crazy. They also got Dom Gilchrist. Damn, they went crazy.
Yeah. Aaron Ash and
And
DJ Darden.
also
Aaron
in
Ash
Russ
as good.
Thurman,
Yeah, that was crazy.
dude. And yeah, Aaron Ash is
Yeah.
just as good as DJ Darden.
DJ Darden's
Wow.
stats, by the way. He's pretty good, but Aaron Ash is apparently pretty good too.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean some higher ends. I feel like Teron Robertson is about as good as I thought he was going to be.
Fair enough.
Yes. Sam O'Dowd was way better than I thought. Wow.
Oh wow, yeah, absolutely. I thought he was much
77.
worse.
Chris Anthony's a 77 as well.
And Jordan Ross, 76 overall. He's not that bad actually.
I see.
Normal
Like
dev
I
though,
think he's
but
a good sub linebacker, but I don't know if he's that great otherwise. Josh Guerrero, 77 overall, that D tackle. He is the highest rated D tackle, so I was not smoking crack when I was thinking about that, but he is normal dev. There were some good centers in this class, not named Magana actually. Franklin and Mason. Ramirez was a 76. Did have hidden dev, so we'll see how that works out for years to come. Any other interesting names? Zach McCoy was on my board. Clay Peake goes to the Eagles at 31, another steal. He's a 76
wow,
overall. Does have normal dev, but he fills in for that Dallas Goedert spot that they did not really fill in free agency. A D tackle in the 7th round for the Giants, 76 overall, Skylar Smith. That's insane. Insane.
Wow.
Great draft class. I wish we could sort. That's something they should add too. Sorting by position, like
Like all the
sorting them out
QBs, all the
completely. Yeah. Alfonso Rhodes, by the way, 71 overall, hidden dev. On his 80 speed's not that bad. I thought he was slower. I thought he'd be slower. He's
not bad.
He's not bad. He is not bad.
Yeah, Perry Little's gonna be starting. Rashad Beasley, good quarterbacks.
Yeah, 76 is Beasley. Beasley hidden dev too. Yeah. That's pretty solid. And then yeah, Rhodes, we talked about Little. I'm interested in where's Kyle Candidate? Oh, Jets, right. 71 overall for him as well, hidden dev. He's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Fair
enough.
I mean, I don't know if there's much
It's
else.
gonna be interesting. It's gonna be just interesting for this division.
Yeah.
3 rookie quarterbacks
4.
likely starting or going to be
Maybe
starting
4.
soon.
Maybe 4.
Maybe
Bernie
maybe
Calhoun.
4. I think
Calhoun.
Jones is getting the start, man. I don't know.
It's like the the fucking rabbit from Alice in Wonderland with the clock. Time's a ticking. Time's a ticking, Daniel.
Ticking.
He's day one. He has the day 1 starter tag.
Shit!
Just
Maybe
saying,
he does
and
start. Wow.
QB of the future, so he could.
Well, they probably win more games if they do that. So yeah, this is an interesting situation here. So yeah, I switched my defense to a 4-3.
Yeah,
So
definitely
because
fits better for your edge rusher. Yeah.
noticed, yeah, I was like, he's slow, and also I have like I don't want my emphasis of my defense to be on my weakness, which is linebacker. So I feel like in a 4-3, having the kind of guys down at the line, and I like how this looks for as you said, my edge rushers and Winkler, Garcia, clean starters, and yeah, Kadeem Hickson will be good, and I'm excited. I think this will be in a good year too. I think we'll definitely take a step up. Confident in that.
Yeah.
Don't know how good we'll be, but
Quarterback play
should be
alone
good.
should put you up
Dude,
to a
oh,
couple wins more.
6 wins. Come on, 6 wins. We can do
Possibly.
it for sure.
Possibly.
For
Um,
sure.
but to round out, Voodoo, what do you think? Do you wanna wait to cover the cut week stuff till next episode, or do you wanna just jump into it real quick and then?
I'm good to jump into it. I
All
don't. I
right.
don't mind either way.
Well, I will stop the recording. We'll be right back when we get to the preseason cuts. All right, here we are at cut week. We have made our releases. Um, let's go ahead and just quickly talk through the other teams, just real fast, just see what they did. So Kings got rid of depth free safety, D tackle, left guard. They got rid of CJ Dupree, Samurai's legend, and then some more depth D tackle and edge rusher. And I'm assuming they threw some people on the they put some people on the practice squad. Yeah, tight end Danny Snyder. Hopefully, no relation to Dan Schneider, the creepy Nickelodeon guy.
Go.
Battlehawks, just real quick again for them. Put Robert Longerbeam, released him. Put a receiver on a practice squad.
Oh,
Just a lot
there's
of
a new
depth.
fucking
Oh, Nash
gray man.
Hutmacher. Yeah, so nothing super crazy, no big cuts or anything notable really for them. We'll go to my Renegades first. We released Shao Smith Wade. Didn't have any suitors for him. We also traded Bruco Roro, unfortunately, just had no room for him, sadly. It's very sad. Traded him and Brandon Malone, our practice squad running back from last year. He's a 73 overall. He's developed well, but he is getting sent along with a fourth round pick for their third same year. We also get rid of Ransom, free safety. We put a free safety on the practice squad, released a corner, put Mike Burton on the practice squad, released Zach Pickens, released Satao Laumia, Gus Hartwig, who's also one of the black and white face players, released Jam Miller, put Ben Madrano on the practice squad, released Josh Dobbs, sadly, but he's terrible. How about your Stallions? What moves did you make here?
Stallions, sure. So I actually made some signings. We should probably start. Actually, yeah. I'll start
Sure.
with the signings. So went ahead and signed David Njoku, Jalen McMillan, and RJ Mickens to our roster. Can kind of some better backups and depth pieces because I wasn't too happy with how my depth splayed out. That we did do quite a bit of releasing on that hand. So McCole Hardman got released, Tysheem Johnson, Chris Hilton, Kobe Bryant. There you go. Devin Eastern, Ruben Lowry, all released and cut from this team. And a couple of practice squatters too. Dalton Johnson, Darren Stanley, Doug Slay, and Owen Callaway to the practice squad.
There you go. And we will keep the team looks a secret for our week one rosters till next episode. And yeah, we will start anew here. New squad,
New season.
new players, new looks. Gonna do week 1 through 6. We'll go over how the teams look in the UFD and our predictions as well. Should be very interesting. So, Foodie, do you have anything else you want to add?
I do not excited for this new season.
Absolutely.
Let's go, UFD.
Absolutely. What having an actual quarterback does to a man makes him real excited.
Dude, I'm smiling. I'm grinning.
Yeah. But that is going to be it. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.
Take it easy.